talking.
Welcome to the GRG podcast, where you get all the latest gaming news, hot topics, and more. With guest Triple Cup Chuck, Livewire's Gaming, 108 Dragons TV, Bloody Knuckles, Operations Op, 100, live, and your host, K Mega 405. The GRG podcast
starts right now.
It's going to be a problem. What's happening, everybody? The GRG podcast is back home. And I gotta say,
he's in his comfy seat right now.
I'm in my comfy seat now. Look, I still have it. You know, our relationship is still strained. Like I'm like my boy the Don in Xbox 448. But just like how me and 100 was, you will get it together. And then everything will be unified. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag bring Don back to the next podcast. We have to have that happen. Let's get it. Anyway, what's up with you, Xbox 448?
Yo, what is up, man? It is good to be back here, dude. And on your return to YouTube, man. It's a big show. I think everybody out there right now definitely needs to hit that thumbs up button, needs to share this out on social media and let people know that K Mega and GRG are back home.
Yeah, are back. No doubt. Just like when we first started, man. Like when we first came up on, when we did GRG. I mean, Bot, you was there from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? You helped me out on trying to learn OBS. No, you did. You helped me. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, Don learned how to do it, how to talk to me a little bit differently, but Don still gets frustrated with me too, because there's times that we do stuff on Mixer and I'm here and I'll roll my eyes. So what the hell are you talking about? Don's like, oh my God, Mega. So
shout out to the Mixer streamers out there. The Don, of course, K Mega, Oh Snap It's Mel. Yes. All the gamers in the community that used to just, shits and giggles as well, just like put up their games to stream on Mixer and everything like that. Huge shout out to all you guys.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, we'll be talking about that. We're a little short. People said that they got things that they were doing. They're going to be a little late, or they might not can show up. We'll see. But Bot said he was going to fill in for a little bit. I know that he was over there doing his thing over there with Crossfire. Shout out to them. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and introduce the bums, the ones that are here. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, let's go ahead and get it. My main man, the man that always says, "Man, I'm tired. I'm tired." But my man don't seem too tired, man. I think he got some news that came out, and I think he wants to talk about it. So what's up with you, 100? What's happening with you, brother?
Man, listening here, the People's Champ is back once again, pound for pound. Up in here, you know, saying ready to talk about this. You know, I'm getting my win back, so you know, I've been putting out videos every day. That's crazy.
That is crazy. You have been putting out videos every day.
That's tougher than a lot of people realize, man. Like, there's a good,
even just sitting there, just making, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It takes time. It definitely takes time.
Yeah, I got my win back, so we better have a good show. Sit back, you know, and relax, and let's go.
Nice. Oh man, look who popped in. Alvin, man. What up, Gideon? Man, we're gonna hear you complain about something tonight, man. You'll be saying that I said something out of the ordinary, but glad to see you back, man. My main man, Thomas Franks, for real. For the people on Twitch, welcome. I hope you guys can go ahead and accept me, because I mean now I'm coming in and invading y'all space. And so, but you know,
he said invading. I hope you accept me, because I'm here either way.
I'm here either way. I'm doing my live wire, man. I'm doing my best impression, man. You got a sandwich, man. You got some bread. You got a little mustard, because I'm coming in, man. I'm coming in like bruh, man. But yeah, man. All right. And then my other partner in crime here, Matt Six Slayer. What's happening with you, brother?
Yo, man, it's a time for great elation and also much sadness at the same time, man. You got that, you know, yin and yang thing going on tonight, bro. It's real different.
Yeah, it is. It is different.
Pardon my interruption.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. All right. Look, who came in. All right.
I guess came to show everybody love, man. I'm still moving stuff. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna be able to make it, man. I gotta move this stuff while I got these hands. You know I'm handicapped.
Right. Not only in the brain, but in the body too. Okay.
Right.
Let me jump in here real quick. It's my golfing brother right there, yo.
Yo, Xbox, aka the Super Sub. What up, son? You good?
What up, brother?
Oh man.
Dude, you gotta hit that tournament, man. I made it live. You gotta hit that tournament in that golf game, yo. You only got a couple days left.
But I'm not gonna hold y'all, man. Have a great show. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Support everybody here, man.
Congratulations on your 1,000, bro.
Congratulations, 1,000.
Yeah. And go check out, for everybody that follow me, man, the winner was announced for that Last of Us 2. That guy, you know, Juan Carlos, I can't say his last name. I'm not going to do that again. But, you know what I'm saying? Just hit me up on my email at 108dragons@gmail, man. And listen, have a great show. Have a great show. I'm going to be listening while I'm driving.
Giving out full government names?
I know, right? Yeah, man. Damn, man. That dude
listen. That's what he subscribed to me under.
Okay, but that's still a government name, man. I mean, you got at least just say his first name.
If he didn't want people to know, that wouldn't be his screen name.
He just wanted you to know, so
he makes a point.
He just wanted you to know, so he can get the game.
I'm not putting my name up there either. My account says Lemon James. But look, let me go, man. Y'all have a good show, man. I don't want to break it up too much, but y'all have a good one. I'll be listening.
All right, no doubt, man. All right. Well, then we go ahead back to Slayer. What's going on with you, man? What's new with you? What you been playing here lately?
Oh man, I've been playing much of nothing, man. I haven't played much in like a week or two. But then the other day, I finally loaded up the Xbox, played some Streets of Rage, some Radiant Silvergun, some Fantasy Star Online too. I know that's an odd mix of games. It was real random, you know. And then I just put the controller down. I haven't really been playing too much, but I found a new game. Maybe next week we'd have some footage of the game. It's a new VR game. I forget the name of it off the top of the head, but it's only $15. But I'll give you more information in a little bit. And next week maybe we'll get some footage up.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, man. Well, let's get on down to the first one. Let's see Kunastina in the house, man. Good to see you. Of course, our main man, Sleepy Goblin. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Dreadpool, what's happening with you? Thank you guys for hanging out. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's get it out the way, and that's Mixer. I wish Bloody was here because I think out of all of us that's on the panel right now, other than Oh Snap Suckers, which is a Bot's old lady, um, it it was tough to get the news. I mean, I'm not even going to front. Like I was getting to the point to where yeah, no, I mean this is a bigger platform here at YouTube, but it was a lot more comfortable out there. It was like what 100 said on in his video is that Mixer was kind of like a suburban area. You just coming out of the city with just everybody all around you, and then you just get into this one spot. And yeah, you got to start from scratch. But for the 3.5 months that I was there, streaming pretty heavy, um you gather people. Like I'll never forget the guy, the one of my first subscribers, which was Fury. His name was Music Fury, and I was like, what kind of name is that? And then come to find out he was a DJ, and then out there in the UK he caught COVID. It was a bad situation, and he was gone for a while, and he just kept saying he apologized. Like the bonds that you get with streaming, and that was something that I never really experienced because I haven't really got into the streaming thing until just this year, really. And I actually got to say, I like it a lot more than just doing videos, man. Because I mean, you're still personable. People get to see you, and then they talk to you, and it's just a whole different vibe. I like streaming. That's why I wasn't going to give it up once the whole Mixer thing came about. It's just that it was just peaceful. Like, and you can play your music. You don't have YouTube copyright people, those algorithms on your back. You can kind of say what you want to say without having to hold your tongue on certain situations. Um, so I was cool. I was really content, and we began to start to grow. And Bloody definitely kicked off. He was just a couple of hundred away from getting partner. That's how hard he was going into pain. And then I don't know how many old snaps was that. Was she partnering yet, or was she close?
She was there's like a couple different levels. She was
Hmm.
at the level right below kind of like the official partnership at that point in time.
Hmm.
And yo, to tell you, like she was mad about it, bro.
Oh
She
yeah.
was so mad. Like, yo, she said that she didn't want to deal with YouTube because of all the copyright things and stuff like that, even though she knows that, I signed with Epidemic Sound, so I get a library of music that I can use at any point in time on YouTube. But she didn't sign on with that. She really doesn't like Twitch because there's basically no algorithm there that'll bring people to her channel to check it out.
Right.
Or you know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of like really do a grassroots campaign. You gotta be like a mini politician to get your start in Twitch. You gotta really put out a grassroots campaign and stuff like that. But she really liked Mixer. Like you said, it's a very kind of laid back atmosphere. She was able to do a lot of things. A lot of the people that were watching her streams ended up, getting into the game with her and playing, because you know her, it's all Fortnite, man.
Right.
That's what she plays.
Yeah.
And she was really upset about it. And the first time when I first heard it, I thought about her, oh snaps, and then I thought about you and the Don, and I feel really bad for you guys. There was no real kind of like heads up. I guess the heads up was saying that they were closing it down because it's July 22nd when they officially kind of go off air with it.
Hmm.
But yeah, like, to not give you any kind of notice before they went public with it, I feel like that's a disservice to the streamers that are a part of that platform, to be really honest with you, bro. At least send something in an email saying like, this is what we're thinking here. So kind of, start getting your stuff in order or whatnot. But they let you guys know the same way they let any of the people who are watching the streams know, or anybody in general, just the general audience, man.
Right. And so we'll get into the reasons um why it happened so quickly, abruptly, just out of nowhere. I want to get 100's perspective of this as well. I just want to say this though. I mean, I don't have any ill will towards Mixer or anything. I mean, am I pissed off about it? Yeah, I was pissed off about it, but I understand from a standpoint of being in a position where a company that I worked at got bought out, and I was on both ends of it. I was the person that had to watch people get laid off because they were the last hire, and then I was the one of the people that got laid off because I was the last hire. Um, so I understand it's business, and I understand that it's a lot of people's livelihoods on the line because they got to transfer over to wherever they're going to go. But I do feel that it was shitty how it just kind of happened all at one time. And 100, I think you is going to try to explain to the people what actually happened, why you think that it got why everything just happened all of a sudden. Do you you want to go ahead and give your thoughts about this whole
All right.
situation with
I
Mixon?
think what happened was what happened. I heard what was happening was they were looking for partners already. This was already kind of been in the mix, like sometime in November last year.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to find partners for it. I'm with everybody. They should have let somebody know. I was pissed just like everybody else. Because like you say, you kept on what made people pissed because you kept on implementing different things. Like when they made us auto host each other, that was bringing us people. So that means I'll auto host you and I'm not even be on Mixer. Or you auto host me and you're not even on Mixer when I go streaming. Or Donna auto host me. It was like everybody just got to start networking with each other. And then you hit these people with it. But Xbox said something that I didn't even think about, and he might have been right. They probably just they got Beam, and Beam had the low latency, and they own the technology now since they bought it, and say, hey, Facebook, we can make a deal. You can really have the company just break us off, and then you're gonna probably see a bunch of Xbox advertisements on Facebook. If someone on Facebook, you're gonna see Xbox before you see PlayStation.
Just real quick to clarify what we said, kind of like off the air, real quick, or what I said was, when it came down to it, Microsoft bought Beam. Beam is the name of Mixer before they changed it to Mixer. Had to clear my throat right there. But Beam. So when they bought Beam, Beam was known for a certain technology that led to very low latency streaming. All right, and if you look at what Microsoft and Xbox are touting with xCloud, they're talking about low latency game streaming. So when it comes down to it, I don't think it's too far. It's not too far fetched to think about. All right, well, they got this company, they learned that tech. They put that tech into xCloud. You know, they tried to make something a Mixer, signing bigger names to try to bring an audience over here, kind of like quick, kind of like a short case scenario. Bring them in faster. You know, you sign like Ninja, you sign Shroud, and you try to bring some of that group over here. It really didn't work out. All right. So at the end of the day, they're like, well, you know what? It didn't work out the way we had planned. We already spent like damn near $40 million about between like two streamers. And they're like, yeah, well, you know, we got the technology in xCloud, so that's going to be great. And we're just going to sell the rest of this off somewhere else. Facebook, are you looking to buy? And of course they were.
Yeah, pretty much. Go ahead, Wanda.
Yeah, but it's, like I said, I'm I'm a Mixer partner, and thing about it was crazy. I don't fit all the criteria, and it made me a Mixer partner. Don't know why, but I've been with Mixer since they was Beam. I haven't been on Twitch in 2017. That was crazy to me when I saw that.
So, it was 2016 when I was trying to get everything together. I was like, God dang! I was like, man, it was dust, cobwebs, everything up in there.
Yeah, so that's how long I've been with Beam and Mixer. I even tell people this story. It was an E3 and I went to a private party and I actually said hell with Twitch and I couldn't get invited to the Twitch party because I said I'm going down with Beam and Mixer. And somebody overheard it and they said you can't bring me. So, and like I said, by then I was like, I was cool. Like even the atmosphere is like it's different, but it's too colluded. Like I tell people now, even if you start doing if you're even doing YouTube now, you better have a hell of a hook because YouTube is flooded. But before, when we all started, it wasn't that flooded like that. It wasn't, everybody wasn't talking to gaming. It's not everybody was trying to make a gaming channel or stuff like that. It was kind of new. You know what I'm saying? You had more people that did cooking shows that had more views then gaming, and gaming took it over. So Twitch has the name, but it's flooded. So it's hard to get it. But it's some people are reaching out. I had a couple of guys reach out to me. Was like, what's your gamer tag when you do come on Twitch? We'll sit there and we'll try to promote your channel.
Yo, real quick, if I could just somebody in the chat talking about this dude Johnny, if I could just respond to him real quick. Brother, I understand, like, yeah, you know, Microsoft, they didn't necessarily sell off Mixer. They're looking for a quote unquote partnership. And all I think that partnership is, because you got to look at what Facebook gaming is, to be really honest. And I don't like, I think Mixer was head and shoulders above anything Facebook gaming was doing. And I think they just decided that they're going to roll with that partnership. And like 100 said off the air, kind of collect a check from Facebook, you know, periodically for their partnership deal with Facebook gaming. I don't think they're, I don't want Facebook gaming integrated into the Series X the way Mixer was.
Well, Phil came on and said it's not.
Yeah,
they're not integrating Facebook in it. You might have an option like you have with Twitch.
They're just trying to collect the check right there, bro.
They're not going to, like how we got Mixer that's built into the OS. No, Facebook gaming will not be built into the OS like that. You're going to have, he said, I want you to have choices. So hopefully they may make a deal. I think it's an exclusive deal with Sony with the go to straight to YouTube. I think that's something.
It's not that it's exclusive. It's just that Microsoft and Google really don't like each other. All right.
Well, they get along. Okay, but they didn't like each other. No, because they really don't like each other. Why xCloud came out on Android before it came out on iOS?
Well, that's just
because Microsoft Microsoft extended their hand out because they realize about being on multiple platforms, being out there to a larger consumer base or whatnot. You know, Google don't really give a shit about that. Google's like, we just want to dominate everything, and you're just gonna have to do it through our stuff. Was over, man.
That fight was over patents, over what you call it. That was that patent. I heard they didn't solve that patent war where they bought when they bought what's that, the phone company, the cell phone company. Nokia, and Nokia played some bullshit and gave Microsoft patents that they thought they owned, and then had Google have some patents that they thought they owned, and they went to war. They actually have settled that now.
That's still doesn't mean that they're like, you know, real cool.
But they're not in
absolutely not.
Well, I won't put it this way. What I've been seeing, you can go. I work in a corporate world. I can go get apps for free. I don't think Microsoft will let you. I can go get Outlook and Word and all that for free, Excel for free. You think they will charge on it? And if Microsoft was so evil with Google, why the new cell phone, the Surface phone, is using Android?
Well, that's because
if it's so bitter,
you can't. But listen, it's just like with anything else. Like when we
what phone is using Android?
The new Surface phone is going to use Android and the Surface tablet.
Yeah, we hear you live. I just to me, it's just one of them things. To me, it's like it's a business thing, and then like Microsoft's approach is totally different. Microsoft in the beginning with where Google is now when it comes to the point of just complete domination. Microsoft is kind of laid back on that a little bit, especially like now with this whole model that they got of where just let people, you know, let things be more accessible. Google just wants to dominate and take everything over.
Yeah, so, Microsoft is changing with the times. Like there's a newer generation. There's a newer generation coming up, and I know a lot of old school gamers, like old school guys, people who are set in their ways, don't want to hear it. But there is a newer generation coming up and basically taking control of the wallet. They are the new money that's coming over here, and they want accessibility. They want things on multiple platforms. They want things where they want them. And Microsoft has seen this coming forward, and they're trying to branch out and accommodate kind of like I said, that new wallet that's coming around, man. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, no doubt. So let me go ahead and go to Slayer and first before I get to you, Slayer, Live Wires in the building. Donald Trump, what's going on with you, man? the king of the dolphins. There was Sleepy Goblin right there singing this, bringing up the signal. He told me I better, since I've came back, I better have me some fire dolphin emojis working. So I'm gonna have to work on that. I'm gonna have to ask some people for some help for that because I don't even, I don't know. We'll figure that out. You know what I'm saying? I find a dolphin with fire and flames. Okay, we'll find out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Wow.
But the king of the dolphins, man, what's going on with you, man?
Oh, not much. Chilling. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, you
Relaxing.
back.
Man.
We back on
Got some
YouTube.
bread,
We
got
back.
some mustard.
Yep, we back on YouTube. So you know what I'm saying? The wild parties is pretty much we on Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, I know.
We gotta do it big, I guess.
Well, we got to do it big. We got to do it big. But all right, man. Let me go ahead and get Slayer's point of view on this, man. Where are you on this, man? I was waiting for somebody to give the actual point, but nobody has it yet. I'm gonna see if you're gonna do that, Slayer.
Well,
what do you think?
Well, first of all, my point of view is going to be very different from everybody else here in the group because.
I'm sorry. One more time. Infernal Lock.
Yes.
Infernal Lock. Thank you very much. He said, "Dang, it's the first one. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I forgot what they're called. Jesus Christ.
Super chat.
Super chat. That's what they're called. Damn, I was going to say
Brother,
embers.
you deal with it every Saturday.
I had the same thought when I saw it. Wow.
Yeah, but I don't pay attention to yours. I'm used to calling it embers. Like, thanks for the embers.
Yeah,
but anyway.
fact. He's like, I don't pay attention to yours.
That money ain't coming to me. You know what I'm saying? So even though that one dude last Saturday did say, hey, this is for K Mega, and it was a $20 spot, so I'm expecting some kind of give me $20 gift card or something on a game or something. I don't know.
You got to timestamp that for me. I don't remember that.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, thank you, Infernal Lock. He says I was in your Twitch channel and I read your message. I did comment back to you, but I guess you didn't see it because I guess how Restream does it, it must not have came back to you. But I did see it. I did answer you, Infernal Lock. So I'm my bad, but thank you for coming here. Appreciate it. And I see Bounty Boom. Thank you. Business is business. No doubt about it. What's up, Farscape? Okay, now Slayer. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
All right. You interrupted me at a good time, though. I didn't get into nothing, so I didn't forget nothing either. So I'm ready. And like I was saying or about to say, I'm very different from everybody else here on the panel because I'm not a streamer. Like, I've streamed, but it's really like in really like test scenarios just to see if it worked with the connection I had at the time. And now that my connection is a lot better, I've yet to even try it. You would have thought that would have been something I do because I'm not a content producer in that manner. I'm more of the content consumer. I'm the one that you guys are trying to market to.
And we appreciate you, brother.
Exactly. And there are a legion like me who are out there watching, and commenting in the chats and talking to them. I can represent that group of people you guys are streaming to. So it was just so insane, when I first saw the news, having that point of view, I thought my instant thought was, man, this has got to be some fake jack news on Facebook. I think I saw it. I'm like, get out of here. It can't be real. And then wait, hold on. I'm seeing it from K Mega is retweeting this. Bloody is tweeting this. And hours before, like, I'm usually on my phone 24/7. If something major is happening, I'm gonna get a notification, and I'm always on top of those notifications. Those notifications aren't old to me unless I'm really busy. And thus, and so I was just before this news announcement happened. So I'd missed out a lot of stuff. When this mixer thing first happened, I missed it for like 20 minutes. And for me, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So when I heard, I'm like, this can't be true. And I'm seeing everybody's retweeting it. K Mega, Xbox, Lemon, Bloody, everybody I know. I'm like, oh, what? Mixer? We just started, like the past couple months, getting nice on Mixer.
Yeah.
At the end of every episode, we feel more and more confident that things are working out, and then it's gone just like that, and everybody has that general feeling. If you're a content producer or content consumer, you all feel the same, especially if you really, dealt with Mixer. You're just like, wait, it's gone now? what? Just like that? And there's all this talk about there was some guy who sued or whatever.
There we go. That's why I was going to. Yeah.
Right, with the whole that's I was wondering, because I wasn't even thinking about that until this very moment when I'm saying this. I'm real off the cuff tonight. So yeah, this guy had sued, but it was 2 years ago, and the court case has been finished, and now it's public knowledge or something. I believe that's how that goes, but I'm not 100%. No, it's just the flow of the conversation I'm hearing, and I'm getting bits and pieces I'm putting together, and this is the concept I'm getting, that, some guy sued 2 years ago, the court case is over, so now it's public knowledge, and just now with this whole revamp of the cancel culture and Me Too movement in many fields, here in gaming, a lot of people are getting looked at, Insomniac, all the guy behind Assassin's Creed, all this stuff. Like, wow, And then all of a sudden, Mixer is dead the next day. Everybody had that conspiracy theory, and even such that like the talk was that this was actually in the works for a long time. But maybe this was what made them hit the go button now, which seems like maybe an early point, like they weren't fully ready, maybe even. So there's a lot of conspiracy theory for that, but generally it's just a shock. That's what everybody's feeling, a shock, and having to deal. It's like those 7 steps of death or whatever. First you have to accept, but it's hard. So there's denial, then acceptance, bargaining or whatever. I don't know all the steps, but something like that. And I honestly feel that's what's going on with Mixer. It's like it's a big loss, and but it's also a hard pill to swallow that. When you really think about it objectively, you start to realize Mixer wasn't as popular as it needed to be. It just wasn't. And that's a hard pill to swallow after you hear that, but it's the fact. So
the only thing I wish Microsoft would have really did more is advertise Mixer more. Instead of having your ads on Sunday Night Football or on Sundays on football, you should have threw a Mixer ad in that bad boy.
I agree.
Well, it could mean that they didn't have enough confidence in Mixer and from the beginning and was already ready to let it go.
But you implementing new things all the time. You got to share. We got the first thing we got to share our controller.
You remember though too, 100 how Xbox has been for the last, not until just recently, but for the last couple of years with their advertising. It's been awful. So Mixer is just is included into that whole scheme of things, to where they just they just don't feel like they should promote like a lot of people think that they should with certain things. Because you're right, Mixer was absolutely, it's still working right now. I mean, there's still people on Mixer right now, but it's absolutely ahead of its time. Like there's the co-stream thing is the most incredible thing that I've seen since I've been doing the streaming and watching streaming. It is crazy how dope that is. And to see that Twitch doesn't really do it, I think you have to be partnered or get to a certain plateau to even have like, I guess, a two-way stream. Facebook doesn't do it. Anybody else doesn't do it. What Mixer was doing, that could have been the catalyst. But again, not promoting. And then you have the juggernaut, which is Twitch. You got all these other entities that's in its way before it. It just, I don't know. I think that they were already ready to give it to boot once they already seeing the whole Stroud and thing. But let me Stroud and Ninja situation.
Let me bring up one more concept before I pass the mic. So Google is known for just dropping all types of services and products. There's a litany of them. Google Plus, RIP to that. But many more things. Indeed, I mean, so many things. Let's not even list them, because every time I hear a name,
Google Glass,
I'm dying a little more. So 100, you're hurting me, boy. I'm telling you, a lot of great things that they've canceled, and Google is known for that. But to a lesser extent, so is Microsoft, right? So now you look at that and you think, okay, Microsoft has a pattern to when they do theirs. It's like the 3-shot method, I call it. They come out with something, maybe it's original, but oftentimes it's not, but it doesn't even matter. The first time it comes out, it's just a test. It's like proof of concept. It does what it's supposed to do at a base level, if only that and nothing more. Then a version 2 comes out. That's far better, but it's still not worth using. Now, that's 2 shots right there. And those 2 shots are a miss, but here's the determining factor, this 3rd shot. 3rd shot is when they do it to a point where it can compete with whatever is the reigning champ of this new thing, like web browsers, back in the day. So when they get to that point where now everybody wants to use them as a default, and that's a success. But there are many that never reach that point with Microsoft. Or when Microsoft used to dominate everything, there was a point where they slowly started to miss on certain things. And streaming seems to be one of them, and I feel like they didn't go 100% with Mixer like they could have with all the advertising and stuff that they should have, because they first shots and that third shot wasn't working for them, so they just didn't.
100, yo, you got feedback.
Probably unplugged.
100, turn that off, man.
See, he did.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, and so it was just looking like Mixers. They missed that third shot, man. They didn't get to that catalyst, that point of nuclear fusion, whatever, that is either going to be a success or not with Microsoft, and it just didn't do that. So Microsoft was like, no, let's get rid of it. And this is Mixer is just another one of those things that this is how Microsoft deal with new ideas, and if it fails, this is usually how they die. Not as common as Google, but a good number 2 for sure. So RIP Mixer in some harsh manner,
No doubt. I mean, it's big. It's big business.
He's telling the truth. I mean, when you look at it, you look at Microsoft's reputation when it comes to stuff like that. You look at Zune, you look at Groove, you look at so many things on Microsoft's side that they have cut off. I remember when they cut off Groove, they had it as a radio option in Forza Horizon, and then they killed it. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing that for, man?
Well, that was because of the content. That was because of copyright laws and stuff. That was why. Because when I tried to first use YouTube, when I was really starting to get serious with streaming, I played Forza Horizon 2 because I wanted to let people see how good that game still looked, and I was almost at the point to where I was about to beat the game overall, and I was like, well, I could just keep doing here, because I mean, this is one of my bigger platforms, this and Twitter, so I could go ahead and just show it here. I got hit with copyright after copyright after copyright after copyright, like, because I mean, I think I did it for about like maybe 40 minutes to maybe an hour and a half, and every song I got hit for it. And so I think what Microsoft realizes that, like, we're not trying to get hit, because you'll see Sony get their stuff hit. They'll get hit across the head. Like you'll see stuff like if they show stuff with The Last of Us 2, and if it's something that hits that algorithm, then they get fined or they get hit. They get a copyright strike. It's crazy. So, well, a claim, not a strike. So I think that's what the whole situation is. But man, go ahead, Live. I know that you've been sitting here patiently waiting. So what's going on? What do you think about the whole situation with Mixer? What do you think is the determining factor of why it was taken away so quickly?
There's not enough time. That's why. There's not enough time. Like, Mixer was something that was brought in, and it was going to be their streaming platform. And it just never took off the way it was supposed to. But even with that being said, say Mixer had even slightly better, a user base, I still don't know if they wouldn't have got rid of it, because what they are trying to get from Facebook is more than what Mixer could ever offer at this point, to be honest, because Facebook gives them access to people that may not even know much about Xbox or gaming. Not that they don't game, because Lord knows, when I used to be on Facebook, I used to get hit up all the time to play some bullshit ass games on Facebook. All the fucking time. You drive me crazy. Play
Farmville. Oh my God.
Play this game. Play that game. Play this game. I'm like, I'm not playing no bullshit ass game on no Facebook. I'll play a real game on my console. But that's how I feel, because I'm a gamer like that. But there's people that game on Facebook. It's just not knowledgeable to us, because we don't consume. A lot of people that complain about Facebook being trash and this and that, they don't consume Facebook. it's no different than before. I was on YouTube. I didn't know shit about YouTube other than I could look at a couple of videos here and there. I didn't know about the gaming community on YouTube until I actually got on YouTube to really. I mean, you find one person, then you find another, and then it's like, and even with that being said, I don't even know how long I've been in this gaming community. I find new motherfuckers. I found this one dude. He had like 300,000 people. I was like, how the fuck did I know who this guy was? And he was just as crazy as like a lot of the dudes that we don't watch. I don't even know his name, but some black dude.
Damn! I wish you knew his name. I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, some black dude. I can't remember. I seen somebody put a video of him on Twitter the other day. That it was like trending for a little bit. So I went to his channel and checked him out. I was like, oh, this dude's been doing this wild shit for a while. I mean, because he had hella subs and shit. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, but Microsoft doesn't have like the biggest problem I always saw with Mixer was, see, what Google, they have, what does Google have? They have YouTube, right? And with Amazon, they have Twitch. Now, the difference with Twitch and YouTube is everybody's on YouTube, right? And even if you're not a gamer, you can run into some gaming shit just because you're on YouTube. People on Twitch is just the biggest gaming platform there is. Yes, they do other shit on there, but everybody who is a gamer pretty much uses Twitch. Mixer was fighting an uphill battle because it didn't have anything other than itself to bring people to Mixer, right? Because even if you were on Xbox, and yes, Mixer is like tight. It's shown, but it's not the same as like people that like if you don't have an Xbox, you're just not. Most of the time, you're not going to see Mixer. And even if you have a PC, most people don't pay attention. They grab the shit that they need. They don't venture off into shit they don't really know about. Not like that unless somebody tells them specifically. So that was the uphill battle for Mixer. There was nothing to connect people to, how to get to games. Because basically what they were trying to do was make it like a gateway, right? Like you look at Mixer and then you could see a game and be like, oh, I'll buy that game from here. They can't really do that shit. But on Facebook they can. They can do a lot of shit. They do this shit now, but just on bullshit games. So a partnership with Facebook turns it from people inviting you to play all these bullshit ass Facebook games to now people inviting you to play xCloud games. That's a big difference.
No, it is. I totally agree. No, that's a great point. Let me give a big shout out to Henosis. Thank you. He said, "Great work, dudes. I did not forget you. I was just waiting for Livewire to get close to finish. But no, I agree with you saying, Livewire. The point, which goes back to the point I think what everybody on the panel is talking about, is that Microsoft didn't push it to the point to where to let people notice it. It was
I don't think it mattered.
Well, see, that's one of those things that we can't.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why is because Google doesn't have to push YouTube. They don't.
But it's already been established.
Yes, established though. Yeah, it's been established for years. Like it was. How long has YouTube has been around? For what?
It's been around
almost 20 years.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they don't.
Yeah. More like 15 plus.
By the time YouTube blew up, did they really need to do commercials to tell people to come to YouTube? No.
Yeah, but see that, but they were like they were the start of everything. Like that's a little bit different than.
No, but I'm saying
the parent company, also had Twitch, which kind of fed off of YouTube, which kind of that those two are synonymous with each other.
Okay.
That's what's different.
And all right, and then the thing is, all right, so you're fighting YouTube, that's huge. And you're fighting Twitch, that's big, and now you're coming in with Mixer, but you have no connecting platform that just randos could just randomly run into.
Yo, that's why the creators of Mixer, Beam, the couple of guys who created Beam, as soon as they heard that Microsoft was interested, they're like, yeah, here you go. Here,
Right,
take it.
right.
Take
Yeah,
take it now. They sit like a
no,
fat
man,
rat.
and
Yeah.
it makes like the tech is great, and that's what they'll sell to Facebook.
Hmm.
But the thing with Mixer is just it's not that they couldn't made it something bigger over time, but it just would have never gotten as big as YouTube and Twitch. Well, maybe Twitch, but it still would be hard to get there because they're already super established and they have connecting brands. Well, not so much Twitch, but definitely YouTube. Like, bro, any old person can run. Like, you don't have to care about gaming to run into gaming shit on YouTube. You just got to be surfing YouTube, which that's what a lot of people do. They just scroll down. You might see a couple, whether you're interested or not, but you see it. See what I'm saying? You don't run into Mixer shit. You have to look for it.
Right,
There's
that's what I'm
no
saying.
accidentally
That
running into
goes
Mixer.
into advertising. That goes into putting the
Yeah,
time into.
but that's what
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. With the advertisements, that's still an extra level because you have to see it on TV, and then you have to download the app, and then you have to, scroll. Like with YouTube, you already have the app, you're already using the app, so there's no trying to convince you to, utilize YouTube gaming. You already likely you already have it, and or it's been presented to you until you just like you see something that piques your interest and you're like, oh shit, I like that, and then click on it, and then it's like, oh, you can get this game on Stadia. What the hell, Stadia? Even though it's not implemented, Stadia is not connected to YouTube yet, but once that shit goes, and that's where I was talking about timing, because we're talking about Stadia. I know everybody kicks Stadia's back in, streaming, whatever, but that shit's not even connected to YouTube yet. But when it does get
Stadia is going away. Stadia is on death row.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
going away.
Stadia is on
it ain't
They
death
got.
row.
I don't think it's on death row.
It's
I
on
really.
death row. I
Nope.
give Stadia another year. I know what Google does. Google do not. Y'all think Microsoft do. Google didn't cut a whole lot of stuff.
Listen, they got a 3-year plan before any of that shit. So we'll see after, like,
another 2 years of
that cost real quick.
But you know in their 3-year plan what they promised in the first year they haven't even promised.
But they got a 3-year plan. I totally agree with that.
Man, that thing is going away. Y'all don't want to believe it. Y'all in denial.
I'm not saying I'm the 100. I'm not saying it's going to. All I'm saying is I would like to wait.
I'm not saying that, man.
Right? Yeah, like
it ain't no saving. It's done.
It's not done 100 because it's still
around.
It is
done because think about it. I'll put this way. All right, I'll put this way. I play Stadia today at work, right? Because I've left my damn controller. I usually play xCloud at work when I'm at work on my phone. I play Stadia today. I'm on T4 connection. I'm trying to play what's that? Assassin's Creed Origin? And I kept on getting hiccups. But if I could sit at home, when I sit at home the other day, and I was sitting there playing Soul Calibur on xCloud through my phone, through my controller, I barely kind of felt latency. It's still latency. They don't have the technology that Xbox has. They don't. They're like, it's like light and day to that. And people going to get there and they're going to adapt it. You got to pay too much money for Stadia, where if you already got Xbox, you got Game Pass, you got the Ultimate Game Pass, you already get xCloud for free. So, I mean, it comes with the package. So I'm not paying Google this much money a month for some shit ass job. Let's keep it real.
But okay, but first off,
put it this way: is it better?
And Google got service. Think about this: Google has service. They just got just as much service as Microsoft has.
Answer this question: is Stadia better than Fortnite on the phone?
Huh?
Is Stadia better than playing Fortnite on the phone?
Play what? Play Fortnite on the phone?
Yes.
Yes. Fortnite on the phone.
But I don't play Fortnite on the phone.
Okay, but there's a whole bunch of
okay. You play Fortnite. Now I play I play Madden on xCloud. I play online.
Yeah, but it's not just about you.
Right.
But I'm using. Hang on. But when I do it, when I do get on xCloud, I do not get on no Wi-Fi. I'm going through my T-Mobile phone.
It doesn't matter, but that part doesn't matter. I mean, you sound like you.
But I play but when I went to go play Stadia, because Stadia, since I pay for Google services because I got Google Business Services, they gave me Stadia free for 6 months. I tried Stadia. Like I said, I went to play Stadia today. It it didn't feel right.
Okay, but that was your first.
And I'm on a hell of a connection.
That was your first time,
and I'm
right?
talking about it's only in my office that fits 150. Ain't nothing but 10 of us in there, so ain't nobody using the internet.
Yeah, but the people that are going to be looking at, number one, most of the people that use YouTube use it where? On their phone, right? So therefore, if the only gaming they really know is on their phone and Stadia is something they can get through YouTube, they're not going to notice the fucking difference.
All right.
Even if it is shitty.
All right, first off, let's get back on to topic because Stadia is not even on in this topic. So first off, we ain't doing no more talking about Stadia. Let's keep it continuing about Mixer. First off, all right, so you made your point about it live. I got you on what you were saying. 100, I don't even know he wanted to come out here and be a spokesman for xCloud. Look, I know how dope xCloud is. There's no doubt about it. But I can't co-sign that Stadia is done. I see a lot of people keep saying this. They got a 3-year plan, like Live said. Let them at least get to that 3-year plan, and if nothing is progressing then I could be 100% with you. But let's not just already just throw the baby out the window and say throw the baby out the window with
They ain't
the
got
dishwater.
no how many game studios said they ain't mess with Stadia? They did not promise what they do in this game. People taking games away from Stadia.
We're not talking about Stadia. We're not talking about Stadia.
No, but we're talking about cloud services and stuff.
No,
we're
not. We're talking about Mixer went away. We're talking about Mixer went away.
If Live was talking about where people start integrating it, like Facebook is going to integrate, you know what I'm saying, they service through their services. Like you said, you can be able to probably stream on YouTube Live and try to stream on Instagram.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
We're just talking about services.
I got you, but y'all taking it left. I want to get to the next topic at some point. I don't want to go left.
You can't do that.
All right, so yeah, no, we're gonna do that. So the point is, see, these guys tell me like, you know, after the show, a week later, like, oh man, you know, we got to sit here and we got to do it. So I'm going to regulate. Nope, we're going to stay on topic.
Don't worry, panel.
You said be short, so I told you I can be long-winded if I need to be long-winded.
Okay, but you're being long-winded by talking about Stadia. Stadia, we're not talking about Stadia.
That's your baby. I understand that's your little baby, but you know what I'm saying?
Stadia for the win. Stadia xCloud for the win. Okay, anyway, so the point is this, right? I just want to give my point of view, and then if anybody want to rebuttal off of that, that's fine. And then we can get on to the next topic. But I just want to say this, because we didn't really get into it. Only Slayer just brought it up for a minute. I think the reason for Mixer's demise was for the fact that note came out that this guy was talking about being racially profiled came out at the wrong time. I don't think Microsoft was going to let all of those people just, oh, well, we're done, we're out. I think they were going to give them a grace. I think they was going to give them at least to the end of the year, maybe even give them a year before everything gets totally integrated for what the partnership between Facebook and Xbox was going to do with one another was. But this right here was just broke the camel's back. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was over. They just said, look, Phil said, I'm going to talk to this guy. We're going to fix this. And then right after that, after he got finished talking to the guy, and on top of that, he was not the only other person that came out and spoke. There was a lady that used to work for Mixer, and they talked about how bad the management was at Mixer. So all of those things just made it to be an overwhelming situation. And they were like, look, we're already going to cut the fat. And so we're already, we're seeing about that right now where brick and mortar stores, I feel bad for them. We're in a time where everything is changing. The pandemic is kind of elevating that, just like what that gentleman's remarks were about Mixer, just was like the pandemic just elevated it. And
yo, guys, I made a Fire Dolphin PNG. You gotta check the Twitter DM.
Okay, cool. All right, good. Thank you. So I can go ahead and put that in here, so I don't have Sleepy Goblin in my tail next week. So, because I don't have one, I got to look at that, check it out. So, all right. So, do anybody agree or disagree? Yeah. Well, I appreciate that one. But anyway, do anybody have anything else to say on that? I mean, do y'all agree or disagree or what?
But Mega, everybody jumped on that young man, right?
Who jumped on him?
A whole lot of people jumped on him. When they found out about it,
I was mad about it, but I was because
I'm talking about they jumped on the young man about, they was like, well, you the one that demise Mixer and all that. Why did
No,
Phil go
no,
on his
I didn't
Twitter?
feel that way.
Yeah, I didn't feel that way. I didn't even think about it.
I was mad for the fact that
I
he
was
waited
hearing
so
things, but I
long.
couldn't
But
put
then
it
when I found out he
together.
sued, it was different.
Yeah, but see, I couldn't put it together because there was some people that I follow was talking in gibberish, and I didn't know what it was about. I was like, somebody getting sexual harassed, somebody got sexual assault.
Yeah, you were hearing bits and pieces, and you had to put it together yourself.
Yeah, but I didn't feel I was too drunk to put it together, so I didn't want to go put it together. So I was get up the next day and I put it together. But my thing is, Phil went on his on that guy's Twitter feed and said that that situation had nothing to do with that decision.
Yeah, I doubt that. I don't think Phil is going to just. I think Phil. It was too abrupt. It was too fast.
We don't know how. But see, we're not in the background. We don't know if Facebook can say you better go take this shit now.
Well,
we don't take no more.
Then I'll put it this way: if Microsoft made the decision, or if Phil or because I guess I don't know if it was Microsoft's decision or Phil Spencer's decision, whoever's decision it was
to go ahead. Decision because he's over the game.
Well, then he made a mistake of cutting it off that quick because you didn't give the people that has stayed by.
Okay. So you making this partnership? Say Facebook was like, I don't want to wait 6 months. I want it now.
Then that's.
I want it now.
I mean,
and we can
Phil got to do better on negotiating.
When you start negotiating, and the deals
got to do better
sweeter,
on negotiating on that because
the deals get sweeter. Now I'm saying they might give Microsoft like, you know what? Don't worry about this. It's stuff gets sweet. It's stuff that's talking in these boardrooms, and then they didn't want to push it. But when you see like, okay, they're giving up this, and we don't have to give up too much of that for this. You're gonna make that. You're gonna push that button. You know what? Yeah, they knew. Phil knew they was gonna get back.
Hold on. Let me read these. I still want to say embers, man. God, super chat. Thank you. All right. Infernal Lock says yes. At the waist, the mean waist. He said the mean backbreaker. Yes, it was definitely a backbreaker. That did it. I really do think that was did it. Rain G4. Thank you so much. He says our camels. With broken backs means they are now horses. Maybe I think that they evolved into a horse.
What's pain?
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to see if the camel is the cousin of the horse. That is probably something we need to figure that out. We need to ask somebody that's a scientist. All right, Infernal Lock. He says this is not the first time Microsoft got blamed for racism. You're right. No, it's not. It's not. And so it's one of those things where
some people might call that a society epidemic.
Right.
Corporations, individuals.
Phil was like, no, sir.
It seems to be something within society that we have to take care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just a Microsoft thing. It's
let me address somebody in there. He says, Mega, deals like that don't happen overnight. Nobody said that the deal happened overnight. I'm saying for them to shut down Mixer so quickly was the problem that I have the issue with. No, we knew that this deal was in the works a long time ago. The problem that I have out of whoever made this, whatever the situation was, I know business is business, but to have everybody just pack up and then have to figure out where they want to go, not really give them enough time. I mean, you may think of it as like, oh man, I mean, it's a month, or it was actually less than a month. Oh, that's plenty of time. But when you are a person that is making a living off of YouTube, off of streaming, you need a little bit more time because the money that you may have bought equipment, you may have paid some extra bills or something else, maybe had that money put somewhere else, and then all of a sudden you get hit, like that. All I'm saying is that I'm not mad about the fact that they shut it down, that they're doing this partnership. The reason why I'm upset is because they didn't give those partners and the people who's been on Mixer, I'm not talking about for me because I wasn't a partner, but the people that like Bloody and Oh Snap Suckers.
No heads up whatsoever.
Yeah, no heads up. They didn't find out early. They found out just like everybody else found out. And then that kind of puts you on a whirlwind. Like that had me tripping like all week. And I was growing pretty quick. I was over 500 and something. I'm like what, 528, 530, something like that. And so in 3.5 months. So if the thing of it was that if these people, if I was already close to a partner, if I was where Bloody or Old Snaps was, I would be highly pissed because you know what I'm saying. You're talking about like that's money, that's bread that you losing.
And nobody wants O Snaps pissed at them. Trust me, I
No,
know.
Bot's not getting that pants off dance off. So that, you know what I'm saying, that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't blame me.
Phil, blame Phil for that one. Blame Phil for that. Anyway.
I'm gonna say this in the most harsh way, and it's just gonna make you feel like these guys might feel, I imagine, if you're not Bloody or O Snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, basically, literally, all of their hard work just got flushed.
Yes.
Down the toilet.
Yeah.
With no, just like, hey, Bloody, hey, O Snaps, hey, what's up? Flush. That's it.
Speaking of guys, I hate to do it, but I gotta take off, yo.
Right. I was just about to jump over to the Halo thing because I was trying to hurry up and get to it. I know.
Do it, man. You know,
well, no. Go ahead and go do your thing, man. I appreciate it.
Yo, shout out to the chat. You guys are awesome. Shout out to the panel as well, and hopefully, I know I'm seeing at least one of you guys tomorrow, right, K Mega? On time?
I don't know.
I'm saying on time.
On time.
On time. Yo.
Yeah, I'll be there though.
Yeah, yo, thanks for having me on. And we got to do this again soon, man.
No doubt, man. Anytime, bro. I mean, you in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like no stranger. But man, appreciate you coming in and filling in for the guys, man. I really do.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. No doubt.
All right,
later,
man. Thank you, Bot. Go follow Bot. Man, tell him where you
later,
at.
Bot.
Yo, I'm right here on YouTube where you are again. Back home, brother.
Back home.
Channel name Xbot448. Tomorrow is the next podcast. You definitely want to be there. We will have Wilmy Hood with us, so you know it's going to get interesting. There's this weird kind of like almost southern like bond between Wilmy and Crispy. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it's gonna be there, man. And we're gonna be talking games, people.
Yeah, I like Wim. He reminds me of the dude off of ESPN that talks about NASCAR and the Southern Conference college football.
I don't know the name. I have the picture in my head, and dude, you are right.
Yes.
Yo, you are right.
Well, Wilmy is a cool dude, man. I like him. I like Dreadpool too. Those are some good cats. Those good cats. But anyway,
Dread dropped knowledge last week, man. He was killing it.
He killed it last night. That was great stuff. But yeah, remember, everybody give Bot tomorrow on next podcast, hashtag bring Don back. Get y'all shit settled.
Hey, my communications are open, man. It's just nobody.
Don says the same thing. You sound like me and 100 when we got into it.
Brother,
let it go.
I'm not the one who walked off the show, brother. I'm saying later, everybody.
Okay, get your ass out of here. But y'all argued on the show. That was bad. I hated that. That was one of the most epic though shows of all time because everybody was getting into it. Boy, that was some good stuff. Over gameplay. That was a great show. That was a great show. I do like it. Anyway, well no, I don't like people getting mad at each other, but it was fun. Infernal Lock, he said the funny part is nobody even where the tweet that was on Mixer Twitter handle people would be clueless. I hope I read every word the right way, but I hope y'all got what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
okay, see, the funny part is nobody even where the tweet. I'm sorry, bro. I can't ad-lib it. I'm just going to read it the way it is.
Yo, he just left-handed me. What are your left hand?
Yes. He says that was on Mixer Twitter handle. People would just be. I know there's a B there. Be clueless. Listen, I'm dyslexic. I know. I do that all the time. People always be like, man, and I type slow. So, no, K-Mega don't want Crumb side. It was just a great show because of the passion. It wasn't because of the battling. Because everybody made up at the end except for Bot and Don. I mean, but they still sit here and talk. Oh no, that's my friend. I still miss each other. Blah 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 blah. Well, they talk. Hell, that's the same thing that they were saying to me. Don't want to be a third wheel into it. So anyway, hashtag bring Don back to the next podcast. That's my boy. Bot's my boy. Been doing this for a long time with him. So All right, let's get on to the next topic, man. There's a lot of other stuff that I wanted to kind of get into within it, seeing if anybody else wanted to talk about the Angry Joe stuff and all that other stuff, but it's really not that important. We can say that for GRG Extra if y'all want to do that tomorrow or not. Doesn't matter to me. I find that stuff to be very interesting because the stuff with Insomniac Games, with what happened with dude at Assassin's Creed, that one was funny as hell to me. I'm not even gonna lie, because I read it. I was like, dude is in trouble. He over here cheating on his wife. Oh,
I mean, why is that? Like, why is that a thing though?
what do you mean? What do you think? What do you mean? What is that thing?
Like, he cheated on his wife. Like, why should we even care about that shit?
Well, because it's the fact that there's a lot of people that don't take gaming, don't mix gaming and business, the real life world of business, as one. People kind of just look at gaming as just its own thing. I mean, you have all these people that support and that follow all different types of people, but really in retrospect, it's, they're people. They make mistakes. They have tendencies. You know what I'm saying? And so, to me, what I found about it interesting is that it's like, it's funny that it's not funny about the situation that happened with his family, but it's funny to me that there were so many people that were shocked by it. Like, they were like, "Oh my God, no! What's going on here? Like, no, he should still keep working on the game. I mean, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's more important. Like, bro, he gotta take care of home."
I ain't think it was more important, but I ain't quitting my damn job because I'm cheating on my wife.
Well, he didn't quit. He didn't quit his job.
He resigned. He
resigned. Did he resign?
Yeah, he resigned.
Well, he probably would have got demoted anyway, because that's.
Why you gonna demote me? No, cheating on my wife. It ain't nobody
business. Bro, well, it is his business because she put it out there.
I'll put this way.
He should have been better
work
at that.
Corporate America. If I go cheat on my wife and that, it ain't nobody business between me and her. I'm not telling the world I did it. I ain't telling nothing.
She told the world that he did it.
Well, she told it because she's bitter and she's mad. But you know what? I did it, but it ain't none of y'all business.
But if he lied to his employer, to his bosses, and you'll be salty, he's been fired.
Your personal life, K-Maker, that's your personal business. I'm your boss. I'm not going to ask you, did you cheat on your wife? Nope. Now, if we could kind of get close, like, man, you was cheating with Betty over there? Yeah, I told your ass, though, but you got to handle it, though.
That ain't how, that's the old way. I'm not going to sit there and demote you. That's the old way of thinking.
No, I'm not going to demote you. I'm not going to do nothing because that's between you and your wife. This is business. This is personal. That's how. That's why I tell people that's his personal life. That has nothing to do with us. And I saw So Shady. Shout out to him. I told So Shady. I said he don't owe us apology for a damn thing.
No, he don't owe the gamers apology. He owes his wife and that woman that he cheated on with an apology. That's his family. And his employers, because
he don't need to apologize to his employer.
Yeah, he does, because that brings on bad publicity to them as well.
But thing about it is, women cheat. Everybody cheats.
That's the whole point that I was looking at it for, because I wanted to kind of get into it, but there's no need to. We need to get jumping.
Yeah, I don't leave it alone. We do it tomorrow. I get it.
You down for it tomorrow? Because I definitely want to talk about it. I want to talk about all that crazy stuff, because that stuff to me is wild. But all right, let's
I'm down. That sounds like a plan already.
Yeah, GRG Extra. Let's do it. All right, so let's get to the next topic. I was going to talk about the Lockhart. I'll talk about the Lockhart right after this. I want to talk about Halo. Now, there was a trailer that came out, a little snippet, came out of nowhere the other day. And when I first clicked on it, I got to give a big shout out to my boy Slayer, because he was the one. Somebody said, who said that? I was just reading in the comments. Somebody said his boss can't do shit. Listen, you might think that, but bro, the way
this cancel culture thing.
It would just.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get everybody. We can talk about it tomorrow.
See it now, though.
All right, so Halo, the little snippet came out yesterday, and I mean, was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before yesterday, and it was it was something that Slayer sent to me, and it was, you saw this little signal, and then you heard a voice. And right when I heard the voice, I already.
Hold on a second, yo, K-Mega. No, hold on. We gotta go back.
Okay.
Because when I posted the link. You were like, "What is this?" I said, "Yo, K Mega, you need right now. You need to watch this. I don't care what you're doing. Watch it." Like I gave that vibe. I don't think I said those words, but basically, like, it's how I'm feeling, right? And you're like, "What is it? What is it?" I said, "Just go watch it." Yo, you watch it, and you were like, "Yo," and the rest of the internet kind of went, "Yo,"
right. Right. Like that's kind of like it did, and I posted right off of the bat. And then so the first thing I did, right, was the first thing I thought of was like I have to show on Twitter why I'm so hyped. And so I went through and because I beat Halo Wars 2, and so that all when you beat Halo Wars, you got all the clips to the game. So I went and I recorded a clip, posted it on YouTube. It blew up. I mean, on not YouTube, but on Twitter, and it blew up because it surprised me. It did really surprise me, but it shocked me of how many people didn't know who the Banished was. Because the person that was speaking from that signal was not Atriox. It was one of his lieutenants, and a lot of people had it had the thought that it was Atriox that was talking. No. It wasn't him. It was one of his lieutenants. And when I posted that, it tripped me out. Like, wow. Like, how many people just didn't, because they heard from word of mouth about how bad Halo 5 was. They heard from word of mouth that Halo was falling off. They heard from word of mouth that anything that Halo is doing right now is just not the same. It's just diluted. It's not. It doesn't have the traction. Master Chief is this and that. Whatever the case may be, all of that went out the window with just a small snippet. I want people to really think about that for a second. One little small snippet of a person's of a thing's voice, and it started trending on social media, and it blew up to what it was. So I'm going to go to you, Livewire, first. What did you think about that, man? First off, when you heard that, and what what do you have to say about the situation when people have made up this narrative that Halo doesn't have the same traction that it used to, that it's actually fallen off? What do you think about that?
Well, when I first saw it, got a chance to listen to it. First thing after listening to the message the first time, I was like, "Oh shit! All right, so the Banished are in the game now." We've played Halo Wars, so we know exactly who the Banished are.
Right.
The Banished are. So so yeah, just knowing that, I'm just thinking, oh, okay, so you're gonna have dope boss battles because one, the dude talking wasn't Atriox, it was one of his other dudes, and if I'm not mistaken, man, Atriox is still locked in whatever that portal is. So maybe it's possible that he had some of the Banished are on the outside, or he's still locked on the inside. So you might have some shit like some Thanos type shit. Like the Banished that are here are trying to basically make a portal to get Atriox to where the Halo ring is, because that's what they're trying to take over anyway.
Right.
And it's going to be like some kind of Thanos type shit. So instead of going for rings and like jewels into an actual ring, in the gauntlet, it's going to be Thanos. Atriox trying to collect Halo rings. Trying to do whatever the fuck he's trying to do.
Thanos, huh? It really does have that vibe. You keep making that mistake, but not without reason.
Because he had like, if you have played Halo Wars, he has like lieutenants and generals underneath him that are basically no different than the guys that are in the Thanos story.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like they're the same, and they're badass. Like, you got the two brothers that are dope as hell that you play as in Halo in the
DLC,
Nightmare.
the two brothers.
Yeah, the DLC Nightmare. And their relationship is like, it's like the big brother and the kind of like this semi-stupid, like, so abrasive younger brother, so gun ho and kind of does shit and fuck shit up, but he's still badass that he can kind of get out of it. But like, again, they have a lot of personality. So like, when you like, these are the first bad guys that we've had in Halo that are like they can talk their shit, but they can like Chief can't just walk up to this guy and just
Nope.
bitch him around. Like
Nope.
that's not gonna happen.
That's when I know that people don't know the well. It's not about the Halo lore because I haven't read all the Halo books. I've read some. I've read maybe I think I've read 2. And I know that there's comics. I haven't read a Halo comic. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to where I'm trying to be like a Halo facade, I'm not that. But I played every game, and you know what I'm saying, to completion. And I know I know about what this character is. And like you saying live, a lot of people were saying on the tweet, "Wow, man, Master Chief's gonna go in there and he's just gonna kick his ass." No, he's not.
Yeah, that's not.
No,
that's not
he's
that dude.
not.
Not that dude.
Chief
But
gonna
maybe
get
Yeah,
that
I'm not.
work
I think
if he
think,
walks
like,
up on Atriox like that by himself.
yeah, like he has to be more tactical with him. He's not some stupid brute that you could just like
Right.
like. I think that's why you see Chief in the state that he is when we see
Hey,
him
Delilah, what's going on with you?
in
Good
that
to be back.
in that trailer that they showed when he's like out in space just floating around.
Yeah.
He probably did run into Atriox or or a group of the Banished and thought it was going to be sweet like it normally is because Chief is used to just kicking ass, taking names. Like he doesn't. Not that Chief isn't great at what he does, but he's never ran up against dudes that he actually has to put all his skills into. You know what I mean? Usually the numbers he deals
What's
with
up,
are
Fonzarelli?
not the individuals. So now you got this guy who's all powerful and he got a squad that's deep as hell. So but look, man, this is gonna be dope. They could do a lot of things with it. I don't know how they're gonna, as far as like is this gonna be the first of a trilogy, or are they gonna just make this one big story saga, or are they gonna destiny this shit like where you have one story and then maybe maybe you don't fight Atriox like that at the end is like a continuation, but they give you like this DLC where it's like go fight these lieutenants in these type of raids or whatever with the blue team, and you got to go take down this brute or that elite that under Atriox, and then maybe like 2 years from now they have the extended story of that next part. Because if it's Halo Infinite, if they're really gonna make it infinite, it's not gonna be like you buying multiple Halos. And they're just gonna they built an engine where they can just upgrade it at will. Hey man, that should be crazy. So it'd be like Netflix. It's like every time Stranger Things comes out, well, everybody stop what they doing and binge watch that shit for like 2-3 days and shit. So yeah, that shit's gonna be crazy. But like the reaction from the fans, like the funny thing is you got some people that are Halo fans that just never wanted to play Halo Wars that are now playing Halo Wars. And then you have people that, saw other people reacting and were like lost. Like, why is this a big deal? I mean, it's just a guy talking. Like, it's not a big deal. And everybody's like, the Banished. Oh shit. And like, who the fuck's the Banished? I don't understand. Who the fuck's the Banished? You ain't play Halo Wars? No, I don't play that shit. Like, you're lost in the sauce. Fuck out of here.
Word, and there's people like me who cheat, and I haven't played the Halo Wars games, but I spent hours upon hours watching YouTube videos, reading Wikipedia, to stay up on the stuff, even though I didn't play the games. And I guess it would have been a little easier to play the game, but RTS isn't my style, so I don't. But to stay up,
it's not that hard. It's not what
crazy.
you like. I think people got intimidated from the RTS, but like Halo Wars isn't your typical. It's very much an RTS like. It's kind of like Gears Tactics.
Definitely.
It's like Gears Tactics in a way, but except for Gears Tactics is
brutal.
Yeah, it's more challenging on the level that you pick. So it can be tough as shit. Don't get me wrong. But like you like the levels to what you can do in Halo aren't as deep as what a typical RTS is. So I think that's why most PC guys aren't.
Hold on live. Okay, so Frank O'Connor, that's the voice of Chief, right?
No, it's not. Frank O'Connor. Frank O'Connor writes. He's director. He's right under Kiki. He's underneath.
Yeah,
he writes books. He writes the stories.
Oh, okay. So
he's an overseer.
So basically, yeah. So basically, I was reading somebody saying that he
But he got with sex harassment name proved, and I ain't saw none of that shit.
But they said he got fired. So I don't know.
Frank O'Connor still works for 343. He ain't got fired.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
He just wrote the last Halo book.
Well, hold on, Lot 100. I don't know. I'm just reading what I'm seeing. I told
you about that reading. I told you reading every time. I'm talking
100.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Damn.
Okay,
take a
damn. I'm just saying what I'm reading in
the.
Bro, I'm just saying what I'm reading. What I'm reading. Okay, what I'm reading in the chat. I don't know anything about anything. I didn't hear anything about that. I'm just bringing it up so I can just run it up.
That's big news, though.
No,
that would be big news.
If Frank O'Connor got fired, it would have been Prime 9 News. It would have been all on the interweb. He got fired.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it though, but I didn't really believe it either.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, look, the Me Too movement is real, man. And tomorrow we definitely got to talk about all of this stuff that's going on with that stuff. And I'm going to go and research the stuff about Frank O'Connor. So, because what's the voice of Master Chief?
He doesn't do the voice now. It's a black guy that does all their voices now. He's kind of like when the comedians that can do Shaq and all them. It's a black guy that does their voices. If people, that's why I'm telling people they're not into the lore. Him and Cortana, the lady that voiced Cortana, they retired. He know how to mimic.
Well, because I was gonna say that dude, he's 69, be 70 years old. I was like, there's no way that he could continue playing Master Chief's voice. So
he was doing it, but they all sat at a round table right before Halo 5 last year. They sat at a round table and they had a black guy, and he know how to mimic even Locke voice. It's not Luke Cage, dude. It's not him.
But he just sound like him, but that's not.
But he doesn't. Yeah, he did his voice because he couldn't do it because he had to go do Luke Cage. So he ended up finding out how to mimic his voice.
Abacab, go look it up. He's 69 years old. He'll be 70 here pretty soon. He's 69 years old. The voice of Master Chief is 69 years old.
Even the lady that do Cortana is up there.
I don't know her. I don't know how old she is.
Yeah, she's up there. But think about it. They was like, they had a round table. Think about it. Halo Channel used to have it on there. I don't know if it's still on there or not. You could maybe find on YouTube. They had a round table and they were sitting there, and guy was mimicking all their voices, like for fun. And he did the voice work because a lot of people couldn't do the voice work. Like Locke did the the mocap, but the voice, he was doing all their voices.
Oh yeah, no, the black guy that does the voice for he does the voice for
only person that did
Mortal Kombat. I know that. I know he does the voice. He does the voice for Locke, but he does the voice for some Mortal Kombat characters. Dang it, I can't think of the names.
The girls had their own voices. I remember the girls had their own voices.
The sand dude, whatever that dude with the sand.
Yeah, the dude.
Fights for the main bad character on Mortal Kombat 11.
You talking about Steve Downs? That's the original of
Steve Downs. Thank you. Yes, Chief. That's it. Yeah, he's 69 years old. Hold on, let me read this. Infernal Lock. He says tell Xbot MC done set the old ass down. Set his old ass down. This is Locke's time, and the new guy gonna sit down too, and it's gonna be called Halo Infinity. It's gonna be called Halo: The Rise of Locke. Bro, listen. That would be a dream come true. But you know what? The people. I don't know if they would listen. This is the thing that I get about Locke. It's pretty funny to me because you still get people that want to take jabs at me and say, "Oh man, I can't stand Locke," but then afterwards they'll say, "Oh no, I think Locke is cool. He just need more of a story," which I totally agree with that. Halo 5 story wasn't the best Halo story.
But think about it. If you go look at the live action,
Timo Cyrus is amazing though, huh?
Yeah, but you found out about Locke when he was an Oni agent.
Right, but that was through the Nightfall.
See, a lot of people don't want to go out there and go research. They wanted to get thrown in your face instead of sitting there because the live action show showed you Locke. Show you why Locke even turning into that demeanor.
But unless you read the books or you go further into the comics about Oni and the reason why Locke came in there, he was a mercenary first, then he became a part of Oni and was doing dirty work, and then they uplifted him to a Spartan. All that other stuff.
Well, he had a plan to kill the Arbiter.
Right, and you know what I'm saying. So because his skill, he was a mercenary. That was the whole thing about Locke.
He had a plan, but people don't understand. They don't go look. I put it this way: if you don't got to read the books, it's people that reads the books. It's audio books. It's people that break down the books on YouTube. Break it down to you. Go like my man Halo Xperia and Halo Cannon and all these guys. They break it down like a shotgun.
I will say this,
you don't have to read them.
But I will say this though too, 100 is that, you know, the lore is so big in Halo is that it's nothing wrong of letting people that don't want to read the books or the comics to go and auto, you know, to listen to the audio on a book, then see it visually or play it in the game. They should have more content to describe who Locke is, and for everybody, because we know where Buck came from, but we don't know where Tanaka came from. We don't know where the other character came from.
We know they break it down, but they break it down in the comics and stuff like that. We got people that will actually break it.
100. Didn't you just hear what I just said?
Yeah, but thing about it is,
not everybody's going to do that.
Everybody, thing about it is, this is the
world.
People
when they go to the theaters.
Hang on, but nobody complained that about Destiny.
Okay, listen.
About Destiny.
Okay.
I call it Destiny. People had to go on. They had to go online to figure out what the hell was going on.
You're going left, 100. Listen.
No, I'm just saying nobody complained. I'll put it this way: we didn't know about the
because there's people that like playing
right?
Destiny for whatever. Listen, there's people that likes playing Destiny for that. There's other people that will go deeper into the lore. There's other people just like playing Destiny just because it's fun to play with their friends. When you're talking about something like with a character like Thanos, like we were just bringing up Thanos earlier. When there was millions of other people that went to go see Marvel, the Avengers, because they wanted to see the lore and the story behind Thanos to a degree, or from every character that they've seen. That's why they have separate movies for all these different characters. And even if those characters are blended in with somebody, at least they know somewhat about them. The problem with Halo 5, and as much as I love Halo 5, is that it just kind of crammed it in people's face and didn't give a full context to where, because a lot of people didn't see Nightfall. You and me and others seen Nightfall and maybe read some comics, or, well, I didn't ever read the comics, but read the books or try to learn more about Oni and stuff like that. But when it comes to just the story, about the story, people just want to play the game and understand more about those characters than having to go read a book about something. That's all I'm saying, is that they failed on that aspect of Team Osiris. They should have gave more detail like they did Team. You know,
I'll put this way: you want to say that, right? You want to say that, right? But nobody half the people don't even know what the hell Blue Team was. People don't even know who is Red Team that's on the arc. That Atriox kicked their ass. Nobody knows that.
Okay, all right.
It's like people want to get hand fed. Sometimes you got to go sit there and go. And if you really like something, like I like Star Wars, I like Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, and all that, I'm going to actually go see what this person talking about, or this and that. Matter of fact, okay, the Marvel Avengers game, I watched a shitload of videos about that, how people thought about that, this and that. That's everybody can't get. It can't always be for the casual all the time.
All right, I got 100. We're going left again. I don't know what's this thing where you going left. We got to keep it forward. Keep it forward.
No, but everybody, you can't hold everybody's hand all the time. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what Agent Locke was? You actually when Halo 5 came out,
why are we talking about Locke? Why are we talking about Locke when we're talking about?
Well, we're talking about, if you want to know about Halo, I put it this way: if you want to watch the lore of Halo, it was the Halo channel on the Xbox. And I believe it was. Oh, if you can go, and you can go to Halo Waypoint and see all these videos.
Halo Waypoint don't work anymore.
It don't work anymore. Halo Waypoint does work on the PC.
You can turn it on, but it don't work. It don't work.
Halo Waypoint does work on the PC.
Not on the Master Chief Collection on the game.
I ain't saying on the Master Chief Collection. You can go on Halo Channel, and then you can go on Halo Channel. Some videos do work, but if you really want to really get into it, go to Halo Waypoint. Go to Halopedia. They got videos. They actually archive videos.
Not everybody's
going to
do that. 100. I just said that like 5 times.
The videos are not long. They're about
I said that about 5 times. Not everybody's going to do that. Just put it in the game.
Well, that's them. That's their fault.
That's not their fault. They got to explain the story better for every character that's
Man, that's
involved.
their fault. Look, man,
I'm just saying.
you didn't know that. You didn't know the super character on Call of Duty.
All right,
You
all right,
played
all right.
with it?
Come on, fellas. Come on.
Okay, yeah, I know. Can we stay on topic, bro? 100. I have no
No.
idea why you keep going left tonight.
Hmm.
Especially. All right, so let me go to you, Slayer. What is the situation going on with Halo Infinite and with the Banished going to be involved? Is it and then also the point of the narrative that Halo is falling off, especially after seeing the
Yeah.
results, the
What a
results of what
question.
everybody was just saying. Yeah.
Oh wow, man! That's a great jumping off point. Thank you for that one. Yo, there are fans out there, or people who claim they used to be fans of a different time in Halo. They like to paint this whole narrative. There was a whole war going on between these two sides, and when it came to Halo Infinite, what they were saying was, a lot of these naysayers on the one side were like, "Yo, they really need to add some stuff in there that adds in." Something new, or no, they want traditionalists. And there was one guy, I'm not gonna name his name. Dude I support, but he just went real harsh on somebody else, and I'm not gonna get too much into that either. But to say that, yo, he represents one side. He represents
I'm
one
on the
side.
podcast.
He represents one side of the older style. They want to, cap for that, stand for that. Not to a negative degree, almost like some crazy fanboy style, but that's what they seem to like and don't want to hear no different. And then there's the other side who's welcoming to change as long as it's good. Not every change is good, and they're willing to accept and recognize that too. But these two sides were in a heated argument, and it came to a head. And the argument very specifically was about, what new thing are they going to do? They really need to add this and Atriox or something good and cool, blah, blah, blah. But they're not going to do it, so it's probably going to suck and whatever. But then the other side was like, this Atriox and the Banished could very definitely be in this game. And I wouldn't be surprised, and that could be the whole twist. Come to find out, very much so, one side was right that, yeah, the Banished and Atriox and all these guys, that whole faction there is about to be in these Halo, mainstream games with Halo Infinite, and it's a big moment where folks went, whoa, and everybody on both sides was like, things are at an all-time high for excitement, and it was just, as you said earlier, just this little clip where it wasn't even Atriox, and I realized instantly from the words that they were saying, it couldn't have been from the point of view of Atriox, because the person was saying of older to somebody, but he's referring to somebody above him. I don't remember the wording he used, but that wouldn't have been Atriox to say something like that, because as far as he's concerned, nobody's above him. He's the man at his station. Ain't no position high, ain't no station higher. So Halo is on point, looking like a plot point that a lot of folks was asking for being done, and that plot point's really going to bring some excitement and some freshness. Things are about to heat up, man. Things are about to heat up. Very, very exciting times. Hello?
I totally agree. No. I totally agree. I was over there reading the comments. I was over here looking. I was laughing at Other Zinc. That's my boy right there, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Sir X Man, thank you. He says, "Welcome back to YouTube, my friend GRG." Thank you, Sir X Man. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm also on Twitch too, so you know what I'm saying. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Other Zinc says to me, he says, "I bet you didn't, because the lead in Halo 5 is in Spartan Ops." Listen, bro, check it out, right? I've beaten every Halo. I've beaten every Halo on Legendary, and I've even beaten. Now I can't say every Halo, because there's also the two Striker games. They're the
Yeah, I haven't beaten those either.
those I haven't beaten the second one. I beat the first one because that was the launch title with Halo. That was one of the.
I heard there's
closest
an
to launch
arcade
titles.
game. Have you played that?
Yeah,
never played it.
I beat the first one. I beat the first one. The second one I think is Striker. The other game I can't remember which one. It's Striker 1, Striker 2. I can't remember which one, because I never beat the second one. I played the second one, never beat it. But that's my pedigree with Halo. I mean, I've beaten every damn Halo on Legendary, bro. Other than those two little mini games, the little top down games. You can't question me on my Halo pedigree, bro. I think that the thing of it is that I do not accept when people try to say that Halo 5 is trash because it's not. What I do accept though is that they didn't give enough story they didn't give enough story for Team Osiris or Blue Team for that matter. For the gamer that don't read the books or that don't follow the waypoint. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
And to one little thing I want to add to that too.
Go ahead.
And also another key point that they give, and I think a lot of people won't be able to argue against, is that the marketing and the actual game were two different things. Like that's nothing what they were marketing to was what happened in the game.
Right.
You know,
like there was parts that got cut out. That was already addressed and brought up from people from 343 that they were rushed and that they were going to add more information towards the game for the characters, but they were rushed because of how management was at the time, because of all the hate that Xbox was getting. The thing of it is that I wanted to get to the main point of it was that this little snippet has gotten so much more attention than what anybody was anticipating. Even me. Like, I mean, what I was expecting to hear was, it's Halo, it's dead, blah 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 blah. Even though I know better, because Halo 5 was the #1 selling Halo from the first 3 months. I mean, it was right there. 2015, it's the biggest selling Halo in Halo history. But people keep thinking that it's still sold at like 5 million if you care about numbers. The point of the matter is you have no problem of getting in a match in Halo 5. And me and Don goes into Halo 5 because we're trying to get to 152. And we have no problem of getting in a match whatsoever because it's always full.
And not only that too, Halo 5 is the best selling Halo ever, right?
Right.
It's also the newest Halo. Thus meaning it had the least amount of time to do it. That means it didn't just sell better, it blew up bigger than any other Halo before it. Facts.
Yeah. No, so I think it's crazy, and I don't know what 100 is saying. And saying says he can't talk. I don't know what he's talking about. You can say whatever you want to say. I was just saying in the point. I wanted to hear your point of view about the narrative of why people keep saying that Halo is dead instead of you going left on just talking about Locke.
I'm going left, and I didn't even get to talk. They were talking. I ain't come to me yet. I'm letting them talk. That's why I'm being quiet.
Well, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you right now. That's what I was saying to you is that I'm going to let you have your point of view on this situation. I just was saying, look, let's not veer too far to the left until after we get your point of until you get your point of view, and then you can go as left as you want to. I have no problem with that because I mean, you know how much I can talk about Halo all goddamn night. I love Halo, so. We can do that. It's just to me is let's get to the substance of this. Why is it that these people keep making these narratives about Halo was falling off and then it's trending? And what did you think about the little snippet that we seen with the Banished with that signal?
I'll go with the signal first.
Okay.
The signal. The signal is that's a lieutenant. Yeah, some people thinking it's a brute. I don't think it's a brute. I think it's an elite because he do a little brrr, and Elite does that. Right. Remember when Elite used to do? I think it's Elite, and then Atriox actually, if you do read the comics and stuff like that, Atriox took a Elite version of the Elite. They were kind of like Spartans of the Elite that was part of the Covenant.
The Silent Shadow.
Yeah, and he killed the boss, and they all bow down to him. I think it's one of them. Atriox, I don't think you're going to really see Atriox in this game because he's stuck on the arc. If you play Halo Wars 2, if you ain't played it, I'm going to give you a spoiler, so what? You destroyed a Covenant ship.
Disrespectful.
Well, they should have been playing this shit up 10 years old, so should have been playing it by now. They destroyed it.
Can't be mad at that.
Yeah, so baby girl destroys it before she goes into the rift and try to tell everybody that the Spirit of Fire is there.
You talking about the scientists, right?
Huh? No,
Thing?
remember, no, you know the AI. I forgot her
Oh,
name. What's
no,
called? Remember, yeah,
I'm thinking.
I forgot her
No, her
name. I
name is
couldn't.
Isabel. Isabel. That's her
Isabel,
name.
yeah, Isabel. Isabel, remember her and what you call it from Red Team
Yeah.
actually sit there and they destroyed the Covenant ship.
Jerome?
Yeah, Jerome.
Jimmy, her and
Jerome. Yeah.
knocked down the ship.
Yeah.
Now, people don't understand. This is how bad Atriox is. Jerome and Red Team are Spartan 2, just like the Chief. But think about it, there were Spartan 2s that when they did when they got indoctrinated for the first time, they didn't survive at first. So Halsey put them in cryo sleep until she can heal them, and then she found a way to heal them. That's how they was on the Spill of Fire. So them Spartan 2, that's Red Team. They damn near just as bad as Blue Team. Because they all grew up together. Chief do not know that Red Team is existing, that is still there. He think they're dead. So he might be shocked if he do see Jerome in them.
Oh, they'll see him because they have no choice but to come.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if he does run into the Ark or whatever, he goes to the Ark or whatever, he runs into him, he probably be shocked. But Atriox kicked their ass so bad he whooped one of the Spartan. This is a Spartan. He whooped their ass and just let them live. He was proving a point.
Yeah.
Like you guys said, also
he beat three Spartan. He beat 3 Spartan 2 to 3 level 2 Spartan 2 with no problem.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even a thing.
With me. Yeah. People argue with me like Spartan Forge. No, Spartan Forge is not like Spartan. They wasn't indoctrinated as kids. Spartan 3s can kick a Spartan 4 ass to me.
Right. Like Locke is a different.
Yeah, but Locke is
Spartan.
Yeah. But think about it, I was telling people when Chief was fighting Locke, Chief got pissed off when he broke that visor. Chief got pissed on him. Chief was playing with Locke. He didn't want to hurt. Think about it. Chief don't want to hurt his own kind, and he already knew about that. The lock, the armor lock. And you always see Chief. Oh, what Chief do? What Palmer say? Chief can do what the hell he want to do. Yes, he can do what the hell he want to do. Who gonna stop him? You know, he gonna stop him because he's hurt. He's hurting right now. He lost his boo. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was an AI, he lost his boo. He hurting. And then when he do find out, if he found out they ain't the same boo, I think you're gonna see a different part of a Cortana. I think that's why you're gonna start on Reach first. Because people don't understand, it's gonna start on Reach. You're going back to Reach. Because you already go back on Reach on the comics. You're going back to Reach. And remember when you play Halo Reach and you was playing as Noble Team and you went to that snowboard where it's icy and everything, I think they're going back there. But see, I think the Banished is on Reach. I think the Banished took over a whole lot of points that, remember, we're running from Cortana now. You see how she can hit us with a I think I can't say that word now. Electrical pulse. You know what I'm saying? But I heard that electrical pulse don't last that long, but it only lasts enough so she can take over. A lot of AI went on her side because they have to worry about rampancy and stuff like that. She's not going away. I think all 3 parts going to play a different part.
Oh yeah, and all of them's coming back, and then the flood's going to be included as well.
Yeah. So
let's not forget about the flood.
I don't think you're gonna see the flood. The flood.
The flood is the most. The Banished to me is
thing about it is the flood. You know what you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see more. This is the
end game to where everything. This is where I look at it.
Yeah, but you're gonna see more. I think you're gonna see more of the flood worm because you still got mimicking biases on the Ark. He helped you on the Ark when you play Halo 3. He the one that was telling you stuff in the terminals. He's still alive. That might be your new AI.
All right, hold on.
We don't know.
Let me address other thing, right? This is the thing that's tripping me out, right? Okay, so how many Star Trek movies and TV shows do we have, gentlemen?
Well, Star Trek, it's a bunch of Star Trek.
Okay, right.
At least 5. Plus.
Right. So what my boys Other Zinc is saying is because this is what the point I'm making. And this is what I've been addressing for a very long time because I keep fighting back against the people that keep saying, well, I just want to see Master Chief and Cortana. And I come back and I say the Halo universe is too big. It's bigger than Cortana and Master Chief.
Exactly.
So the point that I was trying to give to him is like, look, you can make all different type of games all different types of games. You already got an RTS. You have Halo how it is. Then you can make a third-person Halo. You can make a RPG Halo. You can do you even got a top-down Halo right now with the Striker and then the Assault. That's it is Assault and Striker. I beat Assault. I didn't beat Striker. You can do all different variations of Halo.
And I think there's an actual arcade game as well.
Well, there is.
It is, but
yeah.
that's
just
not
for fun.
really.
It
ain't really kind
right.
of. I ain't gonna say it's not super. It's not. It really. It just showed you glimpse. Like you see the Chief for a minute, and then
it's just for lore. It's an arcade game. Yeah, it's not part of the. But what I'm saying is
I just know it exists. I've never played it myself.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to other Zinc is that's the point that I'm trying to make. There's so much story within the Halo universe that you can go any direction that you want to, and he's saying that that's just too many games. No, it's not. That's what you want with the universe. But if you go back to the people that keeps trying to say that I just want it to be a certain way because I like the Halo 1 through 3, they're the ones that's killing the Halo franchise, in my opinion, because they don't want to listen to reason and have the universe expand. So no, it's not impossible to have that, especially with the way that you look at, like 100 just brought up earlier about Destiny. And then if you listen to Phil Spencer's interview of how games now can implement, games can start off as one way, like for instance, let's say Sea of Thieves, how it first started off, and now you look at Sea of Thieves now. Just think about what you could do with some of the Halo story. You see what I'm saying? And then just take it from there and expand it and expand it and expand it. It's endless, and that's why I say that the universe should be expanded far more than Master Chief and Cortana. I love them just like anybody else. I just think that the problem is that people are just so fixated on those two because they are the most iconic characters. But you can go ahead and bring everybody else and include them. Do anybody disagree with that point?
Nah, I agree. I mean, because you got the Swords of Sahili, or what the wars that the Arbiter's dealing with, right? And we only got a taste of whatever that is. You know what I mean? And I mean, I look at it this way: we just got the Mandalorian, right? People love that show. That's the Mandalorian ain't no main Star Wars character.
Nope.
Because Luke Skywalker was the Master Chief, right? Now, a lot of people don't like the most recent Star Wars because of the way they turned their Master Chief into a bitch. but it is what it is.
He dusted his shoulder off, though. You gotta give him that.
I mean, he did, but he was so weird. He acted like they had him acting so like all out of character. It didn't really, he's kind of like I don't know.
But he was an older man. Things that I get what you're saying.
People don't understand that Chief is old. Chief is down in his 50s.
No, he's well in his 50s.
He's old. Blue team is old. They all got abducted at the same time. Think about it is now they got new armor. Quote quote. Now they have new armor. They went to.
But they're not old like you would. They're more like
no, but they don't age like. I mean, they age like us, but
they age like Captain America, not like regular people. So
but eventually, I think Chief is going to eventually get tired. You get tired of doing the same. Thing about it was to me is when they were trying to do Halo 5 was trying to hey, like Chief it have to be Chief. Just like how they did ODST, and you got Buck and what I'm saying, the new kid and all that other stuff. People didn't. Oh, I didn't like this, and because it went back. Because then when you play with an ODST, you went to play back to traditional Halo 1. You didn't have the overshields like that. You didn't have a whole lot of You don't have a whole lot of bullets, stuff like that. People didn't want to. A lot of people didn't want to accept that. They want to accept, what it is. But eventually, Chief's gonna give it up.
Oh yeah,
what I'm saying? He gonna give the blue team gonna give it. It's eventually like what. We didn't save humanity, and we didn't left humanity in a good place. If I got to come back, I can come back. You know what I'm saying? But we left humanity. I think this is what they're going to do with Infinite. I think he's going to realize I left humanity in a good place. I think he's going to heal Cortana. He's going to bring Cortana back to her state, and they're going to live happy ever after, and they're going to chill. Because people don't understand, Cortana is different from a bunch of AIs. Cortana is off of Halsey's brain. So that's really Halsey. That's how she cocky. She's off. No other AI that exists is made off of Halsey mind. That's why they lock Halsey ass up. Halsey is slick, and you can't trust that witch.
But I say, but you can't make his point. I think this is the biggest issue. I think a lot of people. You're talking about Halo, which is supposed to be a galaxy. Galaxy is big. Mm-hmm. Master Chief can't be everywhere at all times. He ain't God. He's a man, right? So yes, he fights wars. He's a super soldier. That's great. But who's to say that there can't be some other shit on some far off galaxy that don't even know about the Halo rings at all? That's what I'm saying. Like, people try to make the galaxy so micro. Like, it doesn't make any sense, man.
Yeah, that's the whole point that I'm trying to say with this. We're gonna have to continue this tomorrow because look, like I said, I could talk about Halo all night. You know what I'm saying? Because I love the lore, I love it. It's just the fact that we got 2 more topics. Let's get them knocked out. I'm just excited for Halo getting the respect that it deserves and letting people know that it's bigger than what people have tried to do. Listen, it's bigger than The Last of Us. It's bigger than Spider-Man. It's bigger than Forza. That game is up there. It's a legacy game that is up there with the best of the best. Halo is just what it is, and there is no comparison to it. No matter how many people try to downplay it, try to talk down to it, we just seen it. It is just as big as Grand Theft Auto. It is just as big as Fortnite. It is just as big as Mario. It is up there. It is a Mount Rushmore game. Period. And people just got to accept it for what it is. You may not like Halo. That's fine. I don't like The Last of Us. I just couldn't get into it. Not to say that I don't appreciate what Naughty Dog has done with the game, in the sense of, for the detail and for the things that they do. I hope the people that enjoy the game really love the game. I would never hate on anybody for liking the game, that I'm not a fan of. But the point to me is that I understand what the worth of Spider-Man and what The Last of Us is. It's a great title. It's great titles. But you have to give the credit where credit is due, and Halo has stood the test of time for the same 2 characters for pretty much almost 20 years, with a few other things going on here and there with their little side stories. It's time for people to get out of the whole funk of just, we have to keep it just Cortana and Chief, and we have to get further on and start letting the universe grow. Because when I look back at games like Mass Effect, well, the trilogy, everybody didn't like. I don't think everybody liked. I mean, I think people like Shepard because that was the image of who they thought that they were. But not everybody liked Tally or Samantha or any of the other characters that was a part of, or I think Jacob or anybody didn't like those characters. Didn't like all the characters. They just liked a certain set of characters. So to me, it's kind of like, let the universe grow so you can love the new characters that is approaching. You can't come and say, screw Locke and Team Osiris, or screw Red Team, or all of that stuff. To me, I think that's an insult to the franchise as a whole. So anyway, all right. So let's talk about the Lockhart. 100. You might have an opportunity to skate out of this, but I doubt it highly seriously. There was one report. There's only one. I haven't seen any more reports of this, but I seen one report that came in that said that Microsoft could scrap the Lockhart because of the point that they want to make the Series X even cheaper than what they initially was thinking that they wanted to do in the first place. I have no idea if that's even possible or true. But we do understand that the Lockhart is a real thing, and if the Lockhart is talked about on the 17th on a Xbox little event that they're going to have here coming up here pretty soon, how much do you think that the Lockhart is going to be? There's been rumors about it's going to be $200. I think that that's a little bit hard to swallow, but I'm gonna go to you, Slayer. What do you think, man? Tell me about the Lockhart. Do you think that we will get to find out something about the Lockhart on the 17th, or do you think that that one article that just came out, it was just like I said, just that one? Thinking that it won't come out, and Xbox are just going to come out with just one console.
Yo, Microsoft has a game of 3D chess they're playing, and even I can't see the whole board in front of me, man. It's real trippy when you think about it, because the evidence now is damning. There's no question Lockhart exists. There's leaks of the SDK all over files and stuff, and it's been broken down on certain YouTube accounts and websites like WCCF Tech and others who have broken it down, but they've shown it in the SDK. References to Lockhart mode, to Anaconda mode, the Xbox S mode, the Xbox One X mode. And this is for when you develop a game that's going to work, that's going to have with Smart Delivery will deliver this to you, give you, like, say, Halo Infinite. It's going to work on all those Xboxes, and each one is higher up the ladder in terms of performance and capability and all these things. And in the SDK, Microsoft makes it easy where you make one version of the game at its core, but you drop down the performance levels and you just make sure each one of those is balanced out. And you see the names of each code name for each one of the Xboxes right there. And you see all the Xboxes, all from Series X, from Anaconda, Lockhart, right there, Durango, Scorpio, Durango, and whatever the S was, right there, all the names. So there's no question Lockhart exists now. But now you gotta start thinking, well, that Microsoft and Sony are playing this game of who's gonna shoot first with the pricing announcement. Microsoft will do what is necessary if they get the advantage. This is known. If Sony puts out their price first, Microsoft is going to come out at a lower or more acceptable price. They will not lose that price war if given the opportunity. But they could, even outside a situation like that, they could set things up where it's more likely they can get that result too. But Sony has to play their game so they could do the same thing on their end. The whole battle back and forth. So Lockhart now presents a double to this. Now it's 3D. Now it's two levels of the same game at the same time. Because what price do you price the Series X? What price do you price the Lockhart? And when do you announce those to counter Sony, so you get the best result with your announcement, the best impact? And it's this whole game they're playing, and it's really complicated and impressive and deep to think about this game they're playing right now. This is not checkers. This is chess, like 3D chess or some shit. Really complex things going on right here.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't doubt that Lockhart is coming. The article just kind of threw me off a little bit because it was making the point of if they're going to drop the price to the Series X, then there's really no point, especially with the specs of the Series X, this Lockhart, which is going to be like, everybody is, and what is, I think his name is Tom Warren. He made a point. Yes. To this, and I think you posted that in the DMs, where people keep talking about the 4 T-flops, which is less than the Xbox
6.
One, which is 6, but everything else within that little box, well, I'm assuming that it's going to be little. We haven't seen it, but everything else within that box is going to be way more advanced than what the Xbox One X is.
The GPU is multiple generations later. T-flop, the T-flop, it does more with less. So that 4 is actually above the 6 in the 1X. You know, with newer technologies, and the whole idea behind the Lockhart being that it doesn't have to be as high end as the Series X because its goal is to do 1080p.
Right.
But everything else being the same.
Yeah, 1080p, 1440p. So it's one of those things where it's like we'll see where people's priorities go when it comes to their gaming. So like if we see a lot of, I mean, well, it's obvious if the price is going to be around $200 or the 300 or less, then there will be a lot more people that will jump on it. But it'll also show that the this power narrative of having 4K televisions and all of this and all that still just ain't going to mean a lot to the majority of consumers at the end of the day. I mean, do you agree with that point?
Well, yeah, because a lot of people just have 1080p TVs that to them work perfectly.
No, I think
fine.
a lot of people has upgraded to 4K. I think a lot of people but not
I agree.
but not like the Samsung that I have or other people have, you know,
or my LG or things like that.
Right.
It's not even about that. It's about like 4K TVs are cheap and prevalent. I'm on my second one in as many years. Okay,
right.
It's they're out there, but a lot of people bought great 1080p TVs very recent time. You know, like 5 years. Big screens, 65s. You know, when the 65s became affordable. A lot of people bought them in droves, millions, you know? A lot of people have that and have no real reason or intent to buy a 4K, but they would if one of their other ones just broke. You know? And they'll buy a 4K. So as a large segment, I feel, who won't have a 4K for a while, and you'll have to wait. And so of those people, we have the Lockhart. Because this is just the main difference that they're trying to, like I mentioned, they plan to market is that, I'm sorry, I have some cotton mouth, it's odd. Yeah, I don't have none nearby. I'd have to go across to the kitchen, but as soon as I pass the mic, I'm going to say this real quick. Wow. That it's the same system, just at 1080p, and it's real simple, you know? Tag, I'm out. I'm beer and get some water.
All right, good deal. All right, so 100. What is your thing about the Lockhart? I know where your stance has been, but I want to hear not only your stance about that it's not real, but I also want to hear if you think that it is real, what the price potentially would be for it.
It ain't real, so it ain't price. Bless you.
Thank you.
Move tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it this way. I'm standing by my stance. Why would you bring out a system that's 4 teraflops and you got an Xbox One X that does more, that runs native 4K in games at 60?
It doesn't do more. It's just more powerful than teraflops.
It doesn't need to exist. Okay. It doesn't need to exist because you already have a powerful console that you can price the Xbox One X at $250, $299 right now. You can price that. You do not need it. I think logic is gone. Common sense is gone out of the world. I saw people sending me pictures. Use one of them, sending me pictures of the Lockhart in these data codes and they data mined. How we don't know that the Lockhart was the base model for the Xbox Series X? How we don't know that? How we know that was the ground, that was the foundation? That's why you seeing it in these data codes. That's why you're seeing it in these people over here data mining and all that. How do we know that? To me, it doesn't make logical sense to bring out a 14. Nobody playing no 1080p unless you're on PC. If you're a gamer and you want to go, you got Sony talking about 8K, even though that thing can't do no damn 8K. You got the Series X talking about up to 8K. So why would you even think about talking about 1080p and selling it for $200 or $300? You have a console already that can do the same damn thing, and you already got it to make it worked. It's like you can sit there. Like the Series X been out here for what, 2 years now?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, not the the Xbox X for 2 years now.
It'll be
So
three. It'll be 3 years in
yeah,
November.
about 3 years. So you can actually drop that price down. And how many people that didn't purchase the Series, the Xbox One X, they can still get that experience. And then, see, this is something that you guys ain't talked about. I had talked about it on my channel, but y'all don't want this. Why I'm getting all these game demos? I don't know. A lot of people don't get them. I'm in the what you call it. Why are we getting these demos on the X and we're playing them on the X and they're designed for the Series X? That's why I tell that the Lockhart to me do not exist. Why are you giving it to me on the Series X, on the Xbox One X? I'm playing we was playing what you call the other night? Crossfire X.
Yeah,
I got like 2 betas that I got to go play in a minute. When I get off here, I'm gonna try them. They're throwing betas out to me. That's games that designed for the Xbox Series X, but we're playing it on the X.
Okay, 100. Okay, I'm back. Listen, so in the pre-show, I said I had a question for you.
You can ask me a question. I ain't gonna. Hey, you ask me a question. I'm not gonna say no lie.
Exactly.
All right, well, hold on before you get started. Let me go ahead. Hold that thought. I got to read the chat. Army veteran, man, thank you for your service. Says, what happens if you are a TV? If you have a TV that's 4K, 60 hertz, and 1440p, and 120 hertz for games that run at 4K 120? Does it downgrade to 140, 120 hertz, or is it 4K 60 hertz?
It goes off your TV. That's why you got smart delivery. It knows what you got. It's not going to. Thing about it with smart delivery is it knows what hardware you got, it knows what TV you have, and it knows what to give to you. So if you've been messing with an OG Xbox One, it knows what it's going to do. It breaks down. If you got a Xbox One S, you got an Xbox One X, it knows what to give to you. So you don't have to sit there. Like, I have people now, like, okay, I got a perfect example. My man Tax. Sometimes he plays on a monitor on his own thing. He don't want to download the 4K assets, but you have an option to cut the 4K assets off in your settings. Where smart delivery is, you don't have to worry about that anymore. It knows what type of TV you have. People don't understand when you hook up your Xbox, don't you go through everybody on the panel got a 4K TV, am I right?
Right.
When you go into your settings, right? You say, hey, and you go into the settings. It knows it. Don't it tell you if you got HD, HDR, this and it? Don't it get all the check marks off?
Yep.
It shows you that. So it's not like a hard fix. If you have it, they're gonna give it to you. If you don't need it, they don't need it to you. If you want to stay on an Xbox X, you can get that, and they're gonna give you the best graphics. HDR, you ain't probably gonna get no I say race tracing, but ray tracing and stuff like that. But some people don't care about that. We're the hardcore. We're not the casual. We're not the casual, and people don't understand that. What I'm saying?
So 100 as the hardcore, this is a good tipping off point. As the hardcore, I understand your position as the Lockhart don't exist, right? I get your point. I understand why you're right. Now then, I imagine you also you yourself understand the point of those who believe that it does exist, right? But especially with the one from yesterday or the day before, with the SDK leaks. Decided that the people like myself who believe Lockhart exists, the evidence they have is pretty damning. Like, you can't.
But see, you left out when I was talking about that. You left out.
Okay. That's been my question the whole time.
Yeah. So you left water. I explained this, and I explained this to the people again. I said that we don't know. The Lockhart could have been the foundation to the Xbox Series X. That's why it's in the SDK. That could have been the first version of the Xbox Series X. See, people don't think in the third. I think in the fourth dimension. A lot of people stuck in 2 dimension.
Did you say that fourth dimension? Did you say fourth dimension?
Hey, I'm live in 3D, baby. That's what I got.
What we talking about here?
No, I say no, but I'm saying that the Xbox thing about the Lockhart could have been the baseline. That's what they would have started off on. That's why you might see in the SDKs.
All right,
you know, the Lockhart could actually Lockhart could be a controller.
Well, hold on. The Army veteran asked this question too. He says, "Okay, will 4K at 120 be a big difference than 1440p 120?" Yes, no doubt about it.
Like the difference
it'll be a difference.
Yeah, there'll be a
difference.
I think he's made a very legitimate point on the fact of if you have that type of television, because I only have a 4K 60, so I'm finna upgrade to a 4K 120 because I know that these games are going.
I'm loving mine, baby. Oh my god.
Well, my TV is 2 years plus years old than yours, but I'm going to upgrade to a 120 because I know for a fact that games will run at 120, and with the free sync and all of that stuff, it's going to benefit. Now with the situation with the Lockhart, I think that it will still, because of the power aspect that it has in it, it doesn't have those Jaguar cores, because those Jaguar cores, the Jaguar chip holds back the Xbox One X.
Come on, Megan. I'm tired of hearing that.
Period.
I'm tired of hearing. Meg, I'm tired of hearing that shit. I'm tired of hearing that shit. We get games right now. Phil came in on the other day. We get games at native 4K 60 now with the Jaguar core.
I know,
so
but
what
that's
you
because
need to go update.
But that's the thing, though. They don't. That's the reason why they don't. Go ahead, Live. Explain.
Yeah,
I was going to break it down.
Yeah, you do get games at 4K 60, but those are Xbox games.
Right.
We don't get many games that are non-Xbox.
No, yeah, third party or second party, hell no.
But that's up to the third party. That's up to the third party, though. Don't blame that on Xbox. Blame that on the third party.
Again, but again, that's the issue that they're trying to rectify with the series, right?
Right.
Like, I said, I was just
that bomb ass Navi chip ain't gonna do no better than that damn Jaguar.
Oh no, you're totally wrong. Because I know the difference between the chip. When I just upgraded my PC to the Ryzen,
it ain't even about the thing about it. Ain't even about the CPU. It's about the damn
CPU.
No, it is about the goddamn GPU. It's about the damn GPU and the damn thing.
Why are you yelling?
It ain't about no goddamn. It ain't about no damn CPU. It's about the damn GPU. If they was upgrading the GPU, that's a whole different story.
Why are you getting all upset for?
Because I'll be sitting there trying to jump on my opinion, and I don't like it.
What you mean jump on your opinion? Just because we don't agree with it, what's that part about?
It's my opinion. Y'all want to jump on my
Hey, 108 would not have your back.
Yes, he will.
No, he wouldn't.
I didn't change him.
You didn't change 108 on that.
I didn't change him.
No. Anyway, whatever. Regardless of the fact, 108 ain't here to defend itself. The point of the matter is this.
All right, Delilah. How is it bottlenecking it?
It is bottlenecking.
Hang on. If a person makes a game and you got smart delivery, how are you bottlenecking it? If you know this is a VCR Xbox One, this is a S, this is an X, and this is a Series X.
It's no different than
how PC, is it bottlenecking? Because thing about it is, it ain't nothing but a thing of a code. So think about if it knows, you got a Series X, we give you more assets for your game. If you got a X, it gives you this assets and this assets. I'm tired of hearing that word bottlenecking because it cannot bottleneck.
You can't get tired of the word of it when it's the truth.
It knows what to deliver. If you do somebody deliver your mail, I mean.
But that's the issue. Like
hold on for a second. Let other people talk for a second.
The whole reason why they have the S is because you need a lower.
I'm gonna be good. I'm done.
Like when you have a PC game, right?
Yeah.
They give you a recommended level, and then they give, which is basically the lowest level that there is, and then you could boost it up to whatever the suggested level, right? If you're able to do it, right? That's all the Lockhart is. It's the recommended low ass bare bones level.
Exactly.
For just to make sure that the game runs well. That's it. That's all it is. It's the bottom tier. It's not supposed to be the most wow. This is better than the PS5. That's not what it is. What it will be is it'll match what you see on the One X, but the efficiency, as far as how the game, like right now, I'm playing Control, but the game chugs, bro. Like anytime you
Yes.
go to the map or you go press pause, that shit fucking slows up like crazy.
Even with the 6
To eliminate
teraflops.
that
Yeah.
shit,
Mm-hmm.
to eliminate that shit, it would be noticeable because that shit is noticeable right now. Like,
Right.
oh, every time I fucking touch and you got to look at the map often, so you notice the shit often. That's all I'm saying. Like, so you need something efficient like that. But these consoles having a lower tier model is no different than all this other shit we have nowadays. Bro, I have a Galaxy 10X or 10S Plus. Guess what? When they making a Galaxy 11S, that's just gonna be stronger than my 10X S, my 10 Plus. Because even though I have a plus, doesn't mean it's gonna be stronger than the low end model of the next update. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the next newer entry, right? That's the thing that I don't think 100 is understanding.
Y'all playing that cell phone role. This ain't cell phones.
But that's no
Like I
different
said,
than
It's
TV.
no
I have a
different.
one. Hang
It's
on,
no
I'll
different
put
than a
this way.
TV.
Computer, what you want?
Hang on, I'll put this way. I have a OnePlus. I got a OnePlus. I got a OnePlus 16, right? My OnePlus is just as powerful than 85% of the damn phones that's out here.
That's not true
And
because
it's 2 years
because
old.
I got a OnePlus McLaren
You
and
got but
and my phone is much more efficient than yours.
Hang on, but I still get the same updates. I got 128 gigs
Yeah,
in my
you
phone,
get
and I got 12
you
gigs
get
of
the
RAM.
same updates, but your
the
phone is not
processing
going to
power-
And
ever
I got
be.
gigs on.
But
Only thing I
but
work
the
is-
processing
only thing about
power
it is
on my phone is
Qualcomm
better than yours.
The only thing that's different is you got a better Qualcomm chip. I got a 885 or something. And you guys you might got a bigger one. But think about it, we're on pound for pound.
Go back right because we went mad left. Yo, come on.
We
All
on
right.
pound for pound.
I met y'all, but back on point. Come on.
All right, so let me read this.
You ain't got shit to do. Shut up.
Let me read this from Sleepy Goblin. He says, how important will the new 120 hertz TVs with LFC be if I still play older games, many of which are capped at 30 frames per second? LFC is really necessary. Now, the point of the matter is with the smart delivery aspect or that optimized stamp that they said is that what the Series X is going to do with those older games that's capped at 30, they will jump into 60 to 120. So it also comes to the power of your television as well. You can't have some kind of just regular 4K Hensing TV that you got for $200 at Walmart and expect to get the same quality as somebody that has a Samsung or OLED, a $2,000 model television. It's just not going to be. You're not going to get the same experience because most likely those TVs that you got at Black Friday for that low price don't, you know what I'm saying, is capped at what, maybe, I don't know, what, 30, 40 frames? I mean, 40 hertz?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I've never bought one of those, but
mine's at 60, so.
Yeah, so the point of the matter is there is a difference. It comes with this is going to be an expensive hobby for everybody. This is not only going to be happening for the Xbox, it's going to happen for the PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people that's going to have
tag, let me tell you.
Yeah, there's going to be a reckoning on a lot of gamers out there that's been capping about power and this and that and that. We're going to see the haves and the have-nots, because if you don't have the proper television to match your console, it's not even going to be. You pretty much would be better to get the cheaper version. So
you better have
the cheaper version. Ain't nobody want no 1080p box.
Okay, listen, 100.
Well, you get a 4K. You can get the X and get a 4K box. That'll make that's not logical.
Okay.
But what does it matter if somebody?
People who are cheap are not logical.
Yeah,
first
people. No, they are logical because they know what they want.
No,
Hold on, now, Slayer. Listen, now we ain't gonna do that. Listen.
Yeah, I'm going left now.
You're going left. Don't do that. Don't do that, because what that looks like is that you're trying to look down upon people that are trying to economize what they're doing. I got you. But this is the thing. There are some people that just don't give two shits about the 4K aspect of it. they look at the economics because they have other things to take care of. They got car payments, they got house pay, they got rent, or they got a house note, they got kids, they got all the other type of factors to be thinking about.
Nigga, what kid you giving a $500 Xbox to?
Exactly.
No one.
Cheap bottom.
I got the Xbox. Thank you. I got my son the cheapest shit. I got him the regular PS4. I got him the regular 360. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I got him the GameCube.
You were doing great all year, then maybe.
Yeah, a year or two after you first get the system, the kid is not even allowed in the same room as the system.
Right. So that's I bought my kids, you know, because I got my daughter a Wii, stuff like that. But because I knew that she wasn't gaming like my son and myself. But the point of the matter is that I'm not. This is why it makes sense for the Lockhart to exist. Is for those people, and yes,
exactly.
Regardless of what some people may think that the Lockhart exists or it doesn't, what it should do, why it should exist, is because of the reasons why we're just talking about. It's for people who look at it as like, look, damn, I really want to get that. I want to get that Series X, but that shit $500. That shit is a car note.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, damn.
Come on, you talking about motherfuckers that's talking about leaving Xbox and going buying PCs. Come on with that bullshit.
But they're not going to buy. But
come on, everybody knows that.
They're not going to actually do it.
No, but no, you can't go with that. You can't. The thing about it is, people. The thing about it is, when the consoles first come out, the hardcore are buying, not the casuals. It's not how many people that still play on the 360. I play Hollywood Space. I play Domino's.
Will buy it if the price is right.
That's the point. They're trying to get these casuals at the same time too from the get
100. Just
with a lower price option.
See, now y'all money marketing extras now. See, I'm at the now y'all money marketing extras now.
No. I'm just bringing.
Y'all know what the consumer wants, huh?
We're just looking at what. Okay, listen, it's just right there in their face. How many?
Ask the people.
Drops, right?
I'll put this way. My thing is, you bring that console up, you disappreciating your Xbox Series X.
100.
Why?
You do that because you're disappreciating that bad boy. You saying that you're not proud of your console that you got. You're bringing out a lesser console for no apparent reason.
What?
They didn't even do that with the 360. The 360 was just as
powerful.
There isn't going to be an Xbox.
The 360 was just as powerful.
Live, talk to this man.
That's like you keep on thinking that
man, y'all talking broke.
There is
everybody
no
ain't broke.
X to buy. They're not selling that shit anymore.
What?
Who ain't selling what?
Selling it anymore. Like
you know what? You the first one on my hit list because I'm the first one when this shit don't come out. I'm getting at you first, and I'm gonna get at all y'all. It's gonna be a roll call.
Hey, I got the bottle for you, man. I told you I'm not in this battle right now.
It's gonna be a roll call.
Oh my god! All right.
No, I got about the bottle.
Wow. Okay, so check this out, right? All right, so because I'm looking at the time right now, we're at 2:22, right? We still got one more topic to go. I'm just gonna make this one last point. And then, because I don't think anybody's going to really be as long on this. This is crazy. Well, honey, I didn't think that you was that hardcore on the fact. I understood that you didn't believe that the Lockhart was there.
I put my name on the wood.
I knew that. But
I'm going to get everybody.
But you're over here saying that the Lockhart's going to discredit.
It's going to discredit. Yeah, it's going to discredit.
Why
would you bring out
it's got a better CPU.
I got a perfect. Okay, you know what? See, y'all be thinking I'm
just
ignorant,
that
right?
There. No, I didn't say you was ignorant.
Y'all thinking I'm ignorant.
No, nobody said that.
Hang on, let's do
nobody didn't say that. Nobody didn't say that. I'm just saying.
Hang on, let's purposely do this. Let's go. Hang on.
Wow.
Hang on, let's purposely do this. Let's purposely do this. Let's keep it a buck. Let's purposely do this.
Let's do it,
the PlayStation 5 has a digital version and a physical version, right?
A Shade edition, yes.
Yeah, you have the physical version, right? That version is going to be a little bit cheaper, but ain't that the same components that's in the other one, that's in the physical one, that's in the digital one? Yes. So Sony, thing about it, you gave Sony the upper hand if you go bring out some shit that's lower than your top brand.
No, it's not. Because
it's a
you don't,
not even close. Where did what? No. It's not the same. Okay, hold on.
Sony has a digital version.
Okay.
And you remember I said if Microsoft do come out with a Lockhart, it's going to be on par. It's going to be a distance version. It's going to be on par with the Xbox Series X.
If that makes sense, then the Sade edition would have never sold out.
Right.
So what you mean?
What?
During this whole thing, you can't buy no damn Sade edition.
I'll put this way. Y'all you know what? I just want to know. Like I said, we already made a deal. I want to take over. I'm going to take over GRG, and y'all going to bow down. Y'all going to say, I'm going to have y'all.
Okay. So we'll talk about the stipulations here at the end of the show. All right. So check it out. Right. So,
right.
I just want to say this though. 100. This is where Xbox has the advantage if they do announce the Lockhart. For one, they're going to have the more powerful console.
And they'll have a budget console.
And they'll have a budget console.
You only got a budget console called the Xbox.
And they'll have that one too.
The Xbox One X cannot play
Bro.
You can't play Scorn.
How are people going to play those games?
No, hang on. But thing about it is Scorn
Medium
was
and
not.
Scorn cannot be played on the Xbox One X.
That other one is not going to play Scorn. They said that Scorn and Medium's going to be made for the Series X.
One X is not going to be able to play.
No, because of the CPU. So it says made for the Series X. If you go look at the people from Scorn, they said we're making that for the Series X. They're not making it for the Xbox One X. They're not making it for
I can't wait to win this. I can't wait to win this.
I'm gonna get paid, boy. I'm gonna get paid.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna be dancing in the street.
I cannot wait to win this. I cannot wait to win this because then you have to take
if I have to repent
L.
If I can repeat my sins, I will do it.
All right, okay. One more talking. We're about to get the hell out of here. All right,
so 100 got our own little side bet, but it don't even matter in the
end. 100 gonna be a broke. He gonna be broke,
bro.
100 gonna be broke emotionally and spiritually. I cannot wait. Financially, spiritually, emotionally. I'm gonna take his soul. I'm gonna be Shane Soon up in this mug. All right, so check it out.
I'm gonna give you a hamburger, and then you gonna be good too, because I owe you that hamburger.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll go watch a Rams game up there at the Rams Stadium, bro.
Damn.
No doubt. All right, so
y'all be all dirty with it.
All right, so check this out, right? All right, so the last topic, and this is about the about Cyberpunk 2077, the trailer that we've seen, and then also they had like this little I didn't get a chance to watch it all. I got to see some of it. Which was what was it? Night of something. I couldn't tell you what it was actually called, but I know that as a host, that's a fail on my part. But I've been so busy. But I watched the majority of that little program. I watched the trailer. What do you guys think? And anybody could just jump on this roundhouse part, so we can go ahead and wrap this up. What do you guys think about Cyberpunk 2077? Is it something that is going to be a day one for you? Are you skeptical of it? What do you guys think?
Game of the year.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. If not Halo Infinite, it's gonna be this.
Okay,
I'm waiting on.
Go ahead, Live. Let me hear what you got to say about this.
I think it's gonna be epic.
Okay.
Looking at from what I see, I think it's gonna be 60 on the next gen, probably 30 on current. But just the sheer variety of things you can do, like so you got the Witcher was a little bit more constrained because again you couldn't make your own character. You were playing a character, whereas now you have 3 different options of having. It's almost like BioShock, the BioWare games with the Mass Effect. It kind of reminds me like if Mass Effect was in the Cyberpunk world, except for they kind of melded in with even more customizations. It's just gonna be dope, man. I can't wait to play it. And it just looks like it's very alive, and there's always something to do. And I just know based on the Witcher side stories that doing little side quests ain't gonna be some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
No doubt.
Like, them side quests is gonna be epic.
Real epic. What do you think, Slayer?
Oh man, jeez. Listen, Cyberpunk was something. Ironically, this happened within the past week. Maybe I had pre-ordered Cyberpunk some months ago on Xbox. Let you know they don't actually take your money until like just before the game releases, and so you could preload and all that. And so like almost a week ago, my pre-order got canceled. And so today, this morning, in fact, I think, or maybe yesterday, I redid the pre-order because I knew they were doing this whole thing today with this whole presentation. I could have sworn I read something about an hour long, but I must have misread that because when I went back, I couldn't find no evidence. So maybe that was my own imagination, right? But
you need to get you some water, some more
no,
water.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. So I already been sold on the game is my point. Been sold on the game. I trust the CD Projekt Red. They've always done the right thing when being given the option of A or B. If you follow, they always take A and never B. They're always making the right choices for the right reasons. For their games, for their fans, for their future success. They don't seem to ever play around with that. So I trust in them. And so the game was already looking great. I already put my virtual money down, although they didn't take it at that point. And even though it got reset, I did it again almost immediately. I'm in with this game and have been since last year. Okay? When I saw that footage. This year, I thought it was supposed to be a big blowout of footage because the game should have already been out by now. So they should be at least far ahead and been able to show us that stuff. And I expected a whole big thing. And I got like a 1.5-minute trailer. And I was disappointed is too strong because I saw the same thing and I was already sold on that, right? So seeing more of the same ain't a bad thing. I already want that. I already want to buy that. And so what I was disappointed in, I didn't get to more knowledge instead of just seeing footage and graphics and that. And I didn't get that. But in the end,
you didn't watch the
extended one and the interview and all. Yeah. I saw all of that. But the core of it was just a 1.5 minutes of footage, and then later on they showed an extended thing with the robbery and all that stuff. Yeah, I know they did show more. So like I am kind of sort of frauding, but not on purpose. But like, yeah, they showed more, but nothing in the end where it was like any better than what you knew from last year. Not too much.
I don't know what you. I don't know what you've seen. I don't know.
High level.
You're kind of all over the place on this, Slayer. What you got to give me more detail on this?
Not on really a high level. Like the only one thing I could say is they demonstrated the whole origin where you get the 3 origin stories to pick from, right? But they demoed one.
So the whole aspect of where the person could rewind, find the situations where they could get to listen to the sounds, areas. Project that, find, and then it could lead you to somewhere else. Am I mistaken?
But haven't they shown that before?
No. Actually, I'll put this way. They had this different people use it. IGN used one way. Neil, what you call that? N4G used another way. Everybody has different. They all use all 3.
Oh, so you mean because I saw the one with the Nomad. I believe that would be official.
It's different. It's different one. Funhouse use a different way. Yeah, they all use different ways.
Wow.
Yeah, everything.
It ain't just one way.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
It's what they would be. I can only imagine, right? But very logically, I would feel where it would fit. I'm sure there would be a demo of the corporate, and there would be a demo of the street kid, and
I think what's the thing? What's the thing? I think Eurogamer got the corporate one.
Okay.
One of everybody got something different.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
they got the pick. So I think IGN went with the regular guy, and I think GameStop went with something. And I think Eurogamer or somebody they all play something. A lot of them play with the different thing. You get to see it.
Okay.
You get to see if you play corporate.
So I can imagine what that would be like because they did give at least some description and like a couple of seconds of footage of the other 2 as well, so you get a general idea, I guess. Right.
But even with what you just seen with.
But I think I might have to fall back on what I was saying.
Whoa! That's why I was like, what?
I didn't know that, but very slipping. I can imagine.
You slipping?
Yeah, that no, it makes sense. I understand what you're saying, but either way, my point is still, I feel that I was already sold on it. Like, they didn't make me feel like, oh no, I need to buy it twice, or like I'm double hyped. Nah, I'm still just hype. I must have been already hype enough. They already did a great job in that regard long ago. I don't feel I could be any more hyped than I already was for this game. I feel like I expected to see more than I did, even accounting for I didn't see all of that. Maybe I was expecting too much, because at this point they should have been done. It's just they want to bug fix and stuff. The game is completable and has been for a while, according to many reports. So I figured this was bug fixing and stuff, fine tuning. So the game design, everything what the game would be, it has already long since been set in stone and works at a high level.
I'm just gonna let it just go by that you just might be tired tonight.
I don't know, man. It doesn't sound right.
It ain't coming. It ain't coming. This ain't the Slayer that I'm used to. This is throwing me back tonight. This must be a weird night. 2020. Slayer just had his moment. I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you have that one. But that's cool. I mean, if you think that it didn't show anything more.
Yeah, I'm already hyped up for Cyberpunk so much. You have I'm really anticipating.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Okay, so you said that you didn't think that it showed you, what you was expecting. What was you expecting?
I was expecting more of a high level look at not only the gameplay demo, which it did provide. Okay, that fits for that, especially now realizing that I'd missed 2/3 of it. I didn't realize they marketed like that. That's quite ingenious, actually. So kudos to them. But still, what I expected was not only a demo, but also plot-wise for the overall plot, and maybe a little bit more of a reveal of Keanu Reeves, but just enough to tease you, right? And then boom, because originally they had been planning this, and then I guess immediately after the game would have released the next day or something, or two. Right? So they were gonna really just hit you with a tease and get you real shocked, and the next day the game is out, and now it's a mad dash to get it if you just found out, and they're trying to capitalize on that immediate hype. You feel me?
But see, you didn't catch what Keanu Reeves is. I'm gonna put it this way. I caught it.
Well, the close part at the end, yeah, because he's the chip brain of the guy.
I was gonna say, I think, Keanu Reeves is kind of like, if you ever watch Fight Club, I think that's who Keanu Reeves is like.
That's exactly what it is, but he's powered by that chip.
Of his body or something like that.
Yeah.
It's in your head, and he's like, "What the hell you doing here?"
Yeah. So I don't know, Slayer. You're losing me on this one tonight, brother. You're losing me on this one. From the scene that they showed from last year in the bathtub, with the whole part where old girl, they were about to take that dude's liver. What'd you say?
Because that whole clan or whatever that they were dealing with, they're Haitian, and I'm Haitian as well. So when they're speaking in their Creole, I can understand what they're saying without reading the subtitles. And it was a trip, that it was so accurate, and at the same time blending in the game elements into a language that doesn't have these terms at all. And that was a trip to see.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I'm going to go to you, 100. What was your thoughts and your impressions of Cyberpunk? What did you think? Is it a game that you think that, are you anticipating it, or is it something that you might skip on?
I'm just gonna say this. I got a couple of words. Game of the year.
I think it's gonna come out too late to be labeled.
I ain't worrying about no damn what you call it game.
Okay.
I ain't worrying about that.
Oh, okay.
I ain't worrying about that.
Oh, I got you.
I'm saying it's the game of the year. I mean, it's what everybody wants. Like, you make your own decisions. It's like The Witcher on steroids in the sci-fi world. To me. And it's like everybody's not going to play the same game. And I would love to hear people, like, when I play this game, their experience. Like, I did this. That's what I liked about the Outer Worlds. Because I picked stuff that people didn't pick, and this and this and that. And we talked to each other and was like, I didn't do that. Oh, I did that. Oh, I did this. I do that. That's that's really like social media right there and there. Like, I didn't do. Oh, you let them people die? I ain't gonna let that people. Oh, you shot that person? You shot. That's so cool about them games because you feel like you're immersed because you feel like you're that character, and it don't matter what color you are, black, white, Haitian, you know what I'm saying, French, or none of that. You can make your own character and just go with it. And I like them type of games. I'm immersed into them.
All right, live. You last. You take it home. What is your interpretation of what you've seen with the Cyberpunk 2077?
I think I went first.
Oh, did you go first?
I believe he
Yeah.
did actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Ain't nothing follow in here.
yeah, man. Look, man. Let me tell you, Slayer threw me off so bad I didn't even know. Shit. All right, so let me.
Wow.
Slayer,
My bad.
yeah, you tripped me
nothing
out. Like
follow
I'm like,
I don't know. Wow, you done forgot Livewire spoke. Wow.
I did because I was just kind of like, oh, like I was. I mean, I didn't. It doesn't matter if you said you liked it or you didn't. I was just kind of like you said you needed more, and I'm like. But I mean, that's fine. I don't know.
I just want the game already, man. I'm just hyped enough as it is.
No. True.
Anymore to hype me up.
True that. I just. This is why I like CD Projekt Red overall, is because their level of detail is second to none. I understand that level of detail when it comes to animations and things like that. Naughty Dog is fantastic at that. But when it comes to just taking a side story and making it into its own story, I don't know too many games that can do what CD Projekt Red does. Like, because I understand it. There was people that I saw somebody on Twitter that made this point and said, "Oh, I see everybody. They are all talking about Witcher 3, but nobody talks about the first Witcher or Witcher 2." Well, Witcher 1 was on PC, so you didn't have a lot of people that was talking about it except for PC fans. And then on Witcher 2, it only came on 360 and PC. So, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, there was a lot of people that stood up that talked about how good, me included, talked about how good The Witcher 2 was and how those side stories and how raw that game was because it just didn't give a damn. Like I'm tripping out like I'm over here like I gotta watch out. I don't know what's gonna happen because my kids could be walking out the side of the room and Garrett could be knocking some, you know what I'm saying, knocking some chicks off. I have no idea what's gonna be happening. So, you know what I'm saying? And then just the fact that the story within and how detailed it was and the elves and the oh man, it's just that's so damn good. So damn good. So damn good. Um so when now that they got a game that's going to be set into not it's not modern, but into times where it's in the future, and then you have all these capabilities and the mindset of how they do it. It's just genius. Like I can't wait for the game. And then I know that people are trying to compare the game graphically. This game is like GTA. It's huge. It's massive. We're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 status. Like it's just so big, and it still looks fantastic. And then like when you see that the animations of people, the way that they talk, the voice acting, all of that, I can't wait. This is when this game drops. It may not be a game that I jump on immediately because whatever game that's going to be around at that time, I might jump on that first. But once I jump on Cyberpunk, don't bother me. Don't bother me at all. Don't, Mega, you want to play?
Exactly.
Nope.
I'm going in.
Nope.
That's
I'm
it.
going in. I'm full in, just like I was with The Witcher. So I'm full in. So I can't wait for that game. I big kudos. I mean, I don't. I'm like you, 100. I don't care about the game of the year aspect of it because if they can't address every game that comes out within that year, and they got to hold it off because of some kind of timeline or whatever, then I think it's fraudulent anyway. Because I thought that last year Star Wars could have got a lot more recognition than what it, Star Wars should have got a lot more recognition, but it didn't because it didn't meet a timeline. And I think that game was stellar. That game could have been just as good. If to me, I wouldn't say it was better. I say that they were probably on the same wavelength as Sekiro. I thought that the Fallen Order was a fantastic game. Thought it was fantastic. I thought, and then that would have gave a lot of more praise to EA for especially for all the hate that they've been getting. But that's another topic for another day. So okay, let's get out of here, man. Our first time back, and of course, there was no disappointments because 100 came to show out, and it is what it is. So, and thank you guys for checking me out on Twitch. I see you guys there. Thank you so much for the comments. We'll be doing this every Friday, and I hope that you guys welcome me coming up here to Twitch, coming from Mixer. And man, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing now, man. We're doing it live. So, all right. So let's go ahead and do our sign outs, man. So, Slayer, where can they find you at, brother?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Six Slayer, and everywhere great games are played. You already know.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, and before I get to anybody else, I do want to say this. The merch store is up. I made that promise that once we get back, the one thing that I failed on is that I didn't get gear out to everybody before that I could get the merch store up because I thought that it was going to be on the 9th. I was over here getting my money ready for that, and then I found out it was the 23rd, and then I had bills to pay. So I was like, shit. So I'm still going to get out gear to GRG gear to my people, man. We definitely going to do that, and so go check it out, man. Big shout out to the people that's helped sponsoring us to get out there and to get the GRG lineup good to go. It's in the links in the description and on Twitch. It is in the merch. It's in the area where it says it's about. I think it's colors and things like that. Right now, we got to do the one thing that's really kind of popular right now that I see is the white and gold GRG stuff, and so it does look clean. So I mean, you know what I'm saying, it's something that me and Bloody we worked on and collaborated on, and wanted to get the right thing, what right color scheme. And of course, it's the regular black and white. Then we do have a green and white jersey. I definitely want to. I know that people are saying, "Hey, man, you got this in red, you got this in blue, you got this in other colors." We'll definitely do that as long as you guys support it. So as long as you support it, then we can go ahead and we can extend it, and then we can do the coffee mugs and all that other type of stuff, man. So yeah, so definitely check it out. The merch store is available. So please support us. All right, so 100, where can they find you at, man?
The local pub. Shit, that's where they can find me at. I ain't
They
too
ain't gonna
hard to
find you in no pub. You ain't gonna be in no
Oh,
pub.
God damn it.
He said a pub. You ain't gonna be
Not
in
in
no
Texas or Florida, you won't. That's for damn sure.
Well, I live in California. No,
Not out here either.
You can find me at the local liquor store or whatever thing, man.
Okay,
Y'all
that's
find me on
better.
Instagram. I can find me on the
Yeah,
Instagram.
you
I ain't
tell
too
them. You
hard
tell
to
them.
find. You know what I'm saying? I need to go back to it, but I'm not. I'm kind of tired.
All right. Well, Livewire, where can they find you at, brother?
Find me at on my channel, Livewire Gaming. I know I need to put up some new stuff. You know what it is, man? I've been on PlayStation trying to knock out a lot of these games.
He took his ponyism on. He been playing the
Yeah, because I was playing The
series.
Last of Us for a minute. I beat it. Shit, when did I beat it? Like Sunday
Yeah.
or Monday, one of those days. Yeah, it's an experience. It's really good. But there's not much left to do. Like they have this mode called Encounter, and I thought it was gonna be like like what was that shit in Batman? Like the challenge mode.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought it was gonna be like that. It's not. It's just for you to basically go back to all the little encounters where you have like clusters of people or zombies or whatever you want to call them, and basically just replay those. But it's really you don't get anything for it. It's just there for you to do it if you want, and that kind of sucks. Like outside of the story, like the story is great, even though it leaves you kind of like.
Livewire, that story is not great, G.
No, I mean I'm just saying how they told the story.
It's mediocre, G.
Whether or not how I feel about the story, it kind of reminds me of one of those endings where you ever go into the movie and nobody's clapping at the end, people just get the fuck up and leave.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but like, but like throughout the movie.
Wow, that's
But
a
but
kinda worse.
because you're shocked.
Throughout,
Yeah, because you're
throughout
shocked.
the movie, people are like, "Oh man, this is dope. This is great. Oh my god!" And then there's certain parts where it's just real quiet, and then there's more action. But oh shit, oh, like it's kind of like that. And then at the end, you think there's gonna be like this big, great crescendo of like praise, and it just kind of ends, and it just you're kind of sitting there like, you know what, I don't know how I feel about this, because you went on this journey with these two characters, and at the end it's almost like you feel like, well, fuck, um I don't know how I feel about this. So it was almost like I want to say pointless, but it's like an emotional roller coaster, just to find out that you're probably better off not doing anything. Like you saw you went on this mission of revenge, and you never really satisfied, from what you were doing.
Right.
And
Delve into the depths of nihilism. Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so I mean that's basically
Right.
what it is. It's kind of like
Your
holding
ass
up
come up
a
empty. That's
mirror.
what you do. You come up empty. That's
All
all it
right,
is.
all right. There's no need
But
to give any more explanations on it. So
but yeah, so no, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm about to jump back on Spider-Man, trying to finish this DLC. So because apparently, my PlayStation 4 is not going to be worth much of shit once the PS5 comes out. So yeah.
all right, cool stuff. Hanosis, thank you. He says, "Have a great weekend, everyone. You have a great weekend too, brother."
Too,
So,
brother.
thank you. And as always, man, thank you. We'll see you next week. Um, I will have something special for Mixer here in a couple of hours. I'm gonna go ahead and do my little final sign off to Mixer. If y'all want to check that out, man, when I just send it up and just let the music play. Every intro that I've ever played since I've ever done YouTube or Mixer, and with a couple of extra songs as well, I just let it go. So I think it's about like 2 hours of just music. So you want to check that out, man? It's yeah, I'll have it up here in about probably about 12:30, and then I'm just gonna let it rip all night. You know what I'm saying? It's just to give my final shout outs for probably until for the rest of the week or so. Let people know where I'm going to be at and stuff like that. But I appreciate everybody from Mixer that was a part of what we did. I'm over at Twitch now, so appreciate that, and appreciate the people that was watching me tonight, and of course on YouTube. Good to be back, and so I'm here, man. We're gonna be streaming. Check out Fight Night on Twitch. Sunday, I will do my first stream on Twitch. Um, Gameplay wise with the Don. Saturday, I don't know what we'll be playing, but we'll be playing something. So come check us out, and man, really appreciate all the support, man. So all right, without further ado, the pandemic's around, so you can't be doing no pants off, dance off. So the only thing you can do is hunch, unless you got something something there laying up with you for a while. Other than that, can't be doing none of that stuff, man. It's too dangerous. Stay safe.
They're
Everybody
not
have a
gonna be
good one.
squeezing
God
the
bless
juice.
y'all, man. What'd you say, Lon?
Peace.
They're not gonna be squeezing the juice.
No.